Yo, what it do? What it do? What it do? Yeah. Hey, look. Yeah. Hey. Hey. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up, guys? What's up? We got like 34 viewers. It's a lot of people. So it's all relative. It's a lot of people, man. It's a lot of people. Okay. Okay. It's a lot of folks. What up? What up? What up? What up? What up? Yes, sir. Yeah, bro. It's funny that like, bro, the whole like never seen before shit. I was literally watching that Trump speech this like earlier today. I was literally like, just like, you know what? Let me check to see what he said. And I've never seen Trump more disheveled. Like, it was so bad. This nigga, like, bro, Trump said, like, you've never seen before, maybe 8 times in like a 60-second span. Like, it was so bad. This nigga was spamming it, like, bro. You ever played them video games back in the 2000s where like a nigga just kept pressing the same button over and over and over again and you couldn't beat him? That's how Trump does, like you've never seen before, like you've never seen before. And it gets to a point where it's like, bro, does this nigga ever say anything else but this? Like, it was a tough watch, bro. That was the first time where I ever like people were always like Trump's got dementia, Trump's got dementia, he's spiraling, his health is declining. Like, I always thought his physical health was declining, but I've never bought into the idea that Trump had dementia because like I would see clips of him talking and like he would be so coherent that I'm like he has to be putting on an idiotic kind of mask for his supporters because in his mind that's the best way to relate to his supporters is to do the Trumpisms like you've never seen before, bigly the greatest, like you've never seen before, so much success, so much winning, like it's like I would see other clips of him talking to people who are a little bit more higher on the socioeconomic totem pole, and I would see Trump be more coherent and more humorous, and I'm like, is bro pretending to have dementia? Like, is he like are the Trumpisms at this age in his life, do they come across as dementia ridden, or is I don't know how to crack the code with him, but like, bro, I don't know, bro. I'm gonna keep it real, like a lot of I don't know. I don't know what to think. I don't know what to think. All I know is that Trump obviously was under a lot of stress. A lot of stress in that national address last night, bro. That nigga was under a lot of stress. The way he was talking was so bad. Like, I mean, like it was like Biden but worse. Cuz like Biden would struggle to talk, but what he was saying overall was like a coherent, clear message. You know what I mean? It took time for him to get to his point, but you could follow the conversation. With Trump, it's legitimately impossible to follow what he is saying. He starts off the speech with like talking about fucking the astronauts on this Artemis mission to the moon. He's scrambling and bambling and rambling. He's spamming Trumpisms. He's lying. He's contradicting himself mid-speech. Like, it was really like, in fact, I mean, we can honestly watch it now, honestly. Like, we can watch the shit now because what the fuck was that? You know what I mean? Like, it was bad.
My fellow Americans, good evening. Let me begin by congratulating the team at NASA and our brave astronauts on the successful launch of Artemis 2. It was quite something. It will be traveling further than any manned rocket has ever flown and will very substantially pass the moon, go around it, and come back home from a distance that has never been done before. It's amazing. They are on the way, and God bless them. These are brave people. We want to God bless those 4 unbelievable astronauts. As we speak this evening, it's been just 1 month since the United States military began Operation Epic Fury, targeting the world's #1 state sponsor of terror, Iran. In these past 4 weeks, our armed forces have delivered swift, decisive, overwhelming victories on the battlefield. Victories like few people have ever seen before.
Okay, so that's like, I think that was like, was that 2 never seen befores or 3? I'm not good at keeping it. I'm not gonna lie. I had the attention span of a fucking squirrel. So I think that was 2. Was that 2 or was that 3? Bro, the nigga's really down bad in the worst way, bro. Like, you could tell he's disheveled. The confidence is not there. Trump is really entering into his fucking twilight era. And it's crazy because, like, you would think with this second victory and becoming the president again, Donald Trump would see the light and maybe be like, you know what, I am a criminal, but this is my chance to actually like redeem my legacy and really avoid prison by being a good president. But instead, he's done absolutely fuck all to improve the country. He's sabotaged everything. And to make matters exponentially worse, he's so under the stress of his own stupidity, he can't even do a speech. Like, and people, honest to God, are like, that speech broke so many people on the right. Sneeko was talking about, I miss Biden, I miss Joe Biden, bring Biden back. This speech, honest to God, has broken so many people on the right. It's always funny, like, I remember I saw FD Signifier being like, we beat Ben Shapiro or we beat Sneeko. And I hate to say it because I actually like FD, but like, bro, the right beat itself. The right defeated itself. We have none of this damage you see on the right has been inflicted by the left. Like, all of this is self-inflicted damage. Whether it's Trump destroying his own brand, his own legacy, his own, ability to project power within the nation, or just like MAGA influencers spiraling out of control. All of it really is it is like an internal it is an internal war. Like it really is an internal battle, bro. You know?
Tonight, Iran's Navy is gone. Their Air Force is in ruins. Their leaders, most of them terrorist regime they led, are now dead. Their command and control of the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps is being decimated as we speak. Their ability to launch missiles and drones is dramatically curtailed, and their weapons factories and rocket launchers are being blown to pieces. Very few of them left. Never in the history of warfare has an enemy suffered such clear and devastating large-scale losses in a matter of weeks.
This is like, so this is where the lying begins. Their drones, their missiles destroyed, barely any ammo left, so on and so forth. And you get the lie, you're like, no one's ever seen this much damage inflicted on the nation state in the midst of war ever before. And it's like, and you know what, honest to God, I'm so curious because we're at a stage where like nobody believes this shit. Does that, like, we're at a stage in America where like nobody believes this. Like, maybe people in like Trump supporters believe this, but the pundit class, they don't believe this. And this is where Trump is beginning to panic, because when he addressed the Mark Levin, Megyn Kelly, Tucker Carlson beef, he was very careful not to mention Megyn Kelly or Tucker Carlson by name, because he did not want to piss off the MAGA pundit class. Because no matter how much Donald Trump glazes and tries to empower and tries to, strengthen Mark Levin has no cultural cachet. He has none. So Donald Trump is obviously concerned about the fact that nobody in the MAGAsphere is probably going to believe anything he's saying right now in the next year. The MAGA base eventually is going to succumb to the pressure of the pundit class. At the end of the day, when you can't afford gas, when you can't afford rent, when groceries are too expensive, and you know who caused it, and you constantly hear from both the left and the right that Trump is responsible, or this person told Trump to do it, or however they're spinning it on the right, you cannot escape the reality that all of this is a fucking MAGA scheme. All of this came about as a result of the MAGA movement, of Trump, of the people in his camp, of Israel, of Netanyahu. So I am legitimately curious to see how this turns out with the MAGA base in a year, because honest to God, Trump is losing the fucking pundit class. No one's buying the narrative anymore. No one's buying this shit.
Our enemies are losing in America, as it has been for 5 years under my presidency, is winning, and now winning bigger than ever before. Before discussing this current situation, I also want to thank our troops for the masterful job they did in taking the country of Venezuela in a matter of minutes. That hit was quick, lethal, violent, and respected by everyone all over the world. After rebuilding our military during my first term, we have by far the strongest military anywhere in the world. And now we're working along with Venezuela and are, in a true sense, joint venture partners. We're getting along incredibly well in the production and sale of massive amounts of oil and gas, the second largest reserves on Earth after the United States of America. We're now totally independent of the Middle East, and yet we are there to help. We don't have to be there. We don't need their oil. We don't need anything they have, but we're there to help our allies. Tonight, I want to provide an update on the tremendous progress our warriors have made in Iran and discuss why Operation Epic Fury is necessary for the safety of America and the security.
So we're starting off with the lies about the war in Iran, right? And one big thing to take away is that Donald Trump is saying we don't need to be there, but we're there to help. I don't know how much that's going to work on people under the age of 60 or 70. Like, Donald Trump has to remember there is a growing amount of voters who are not boomers. So when you sit there and say things like we don't need to be there, but we are there to help, that kind of American exceptionalism bullshit, it does not work on millennials and Zoomers and some Gen Xers. Like, people realize and understand we're not there because we're there to help. We are there because we chose to be there. We blew up Iran. No one else was doing this but us. Israel and the United States made a choice last month to bomb Iran. No more, no less. Let's not play and pretend like the Gulf states were caught in a bad one and we had to swoop in like Superman to save the fucking day. It was an American scheme. It was an American plot. It was 100% American made. Unlike those punk ass hats he wears, this was an American made scheme, an American made plot. Trump knows that. So he's trying to spin it as we don't need to be there and we don't need their oil. But this is a lie because oil is set by the market. If there's a significant high demand and a lack of supply, the price goes up. So the reality is we are affected by whatever goes on in the Middle East. If Iran blocks the Strait of Hormuz, which everyone in geopolitics predicted would be a nightmare scenario, everyone would be affected. Donald Trump at this point is resorting to outright lies, which is pretty much in his wheelhouse. Like, it's like a GTA weapon wheel. You know what I'm saying? The pistol, the AR, all of that. Trump has opened up his weapon wheel of misinformation and he's picking which one he wants to choose. We're just there to help. We don't need to be there. We don't need this. We don't need that. It is ultimately the American exceptionalist white supremacist interpretation of foreign policy. We don't need this. We don't need that. We don't need them. We don't need that. We don't need to be this. We don't need to be that. But we're doing it anyways. You know, the reality of it all is the fact that American exceptionalism as a mindset needs to dwindle a little bit. I don't mind, like, we have done things other countries have not done. We have accomplished things. We have led in certain industries, in certain fields. We've trailblazed down certain paths that other nations have not. We have done amazing things. But when our arrogance has led us this far, at some point you have to pull the fucking plug. At some point you have to say, you know what? maybe we need to humble ourselves. Maybe we need to calm down. Donald Trump is angling the argument to, we don't need this, we don't need that, to appeal to the ego and arrogance and pride of the American people in a time where now more than ever he needs their support. And now he's about to ramble about why it's so important for us to bomb Iran. Let's listen to what he has to fucking say.
Security of the free world. From the very first day I announced my campaign for president in 2015, I have vowed that I would never allow Iran to have a nuclear weapon. This fanatical regime has been chanting death to America, death to Israel for 47 years. Their proxies were behind the murder of 241 Americans in the Marine barracks bombing in Beirut, the slaughter of hundreds of our service members with roadside bombs. They were involved in the attack on the USS Cole, and they carried out the countless other heinous acts, including the just horrible, bloody atrocities of October 7th in Israel, something that most people have never seen anything like it. This murderous regime also recently killed 45,000 of their own people who were protesting in Iran. 45,000 dead. For these terrorists to have nuclear weapons would be an intolerable threat. The most violent and thuggish regime on earth would be free to carry out their campaigns of terror, coercion, conquest, and mass murder from behind a nuclear shield.
Isn't this America? Like, aren't we blowing up this and shooting up that behind a nuclear shield? Isn't that why we have allowed one of the most insane people on the planet, Kim Jong-un, to basically remain the leader of his country because he can launch nukes? That's literally, Kim Jong-un is actually one of the most psychotic people on the planet. And yet, we let him, trot around. Literally, he literally walks like that. We let him do what he to do because he can blow up the fucking planet. What makes that any, how are we any better? He talks about Iran blew up the Marine barracks in Beirut. That is true. Iran did do a lot of horrible things. Iran has killed Americans. But as the president, you cannot sit there and be hung up about every single geopolitical incident, especially given the fact that, unfortunately, we did start this back and forth. We did overthrow their government. That's not to excuse them killing Marines, but we already went to war with Iran. We've already had incidents with Iran. At the end of the day, when you're talking about nuclear bombs, grudges, you can't bring grudges into it. You have to be able to put those things, to the side for a second and prioritize future lives, which Trump could not do. I don't think Obama wants to let Iran off the hook after what they did to the Marines. But at the end of the day, when nukes are involved and Iran is saying, hey, man, we don't really want nukes and we'll agree to not make nukes as long as you just promise to not be dicks to us. We're still going to organize, attacks on Israel and shit. We can't guarantee that we'll stop that, but we won't build a nuke if you're willing to be reasonable with us. At the end of the day, American politicians need to be honest to the American people that there is literally no other avenue. You have to acknowledge when there is no other diplomatic avenue. In fact, Iran is being reasonable in a way that they don't even have to be. Iran doesn't have to agree not to build a bomb. Iran doesn't have to fucking talk to us, but they did. And what did they get in a response? Disrespect, betrayal, and a knife in the back. And now Donald Trump is lying to the American public about how he's trying to stop Iran from having a nuclear bomb. That was the story you told us last year. You said you were going to bomb Iran in Operation Midnight Hammer, but all you really did was bury the enriched uranium under, pounds and hundreds of pounds, maybe thousands of pounds, tons of fucking rocks and fucking boulders and mountains and caves. All you did was blow up a bunch of enriched uranium, some of it inaccessible, some of it accessible, but currently being surveilled by American air power. You haven't confiscated any of the enriched uranium. It's still there. Iran wasn't trying to build a nuclear bomb in the first place, and now all you've really done is incentivize them toward building one. And what are you going to tell the American people when they finally build one? That's gonna be the real wake up call for a nigga ass. When you wake up and Iran says we're building one, what's the move then? Because you blew up this, you blew up that, you pissed this off, you pissed that off, you pissed off all of these folk. You blew up the father, Supreme Leader Ayatollah Khamenei. Then the son takes over. The son's father is dead. Apparently, the son's wife, his kids, they're saying his immediate family has all been blown up. Why would that guy, who's already radically against the United States, why would an Iran that hates America, hates Israel, but is willing to be diplomatic, why would that Iran come out of this on the other side, still willing to talk to the Americans? I would, if I were in the room with the Iranians, the fucking resident black guy giving advice, like I would say, don't talk to the American. I'd say, look, I'm an American. I really wish you would talk to us, but honest to God, don't talk to us. Don't. And if you want to talk to us, hold out a little bit longer. If you got to drag out this shit for like 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, if you got to drag this out till 2028, do what you got to do. Because the reality is America needs this little ass whooping. The belt to ass that Iran has been putting on the United States is important for America's character growth. Because America has gotten cocky, arrogant, bloodthirsty, and cowardly with the lives of the world. We have been bullying, maiming, ruining the lives of Middle Eastern people for the last however many years, and it is honestly disgusting to watch. What the fuck are we on an international level? I think about who we are domestically as Americans, and honestly, like the flag humping, the Bible thumping, the empty patriotism, the nominal patriotism, it's spiritually dead. I see what it means to be an American on the global stage, and look at what we're doing. We're blowing people up, we're shooting people up, we're ruining people. Look at Iraq. Iraq was well on its way to joining the rest of the world in development. Saddam Hussein was not a good person, but Saddam Hussein or what happened after we kicked him the fuck out? I'm sorry, but like the evidence is clear as day. We made a mistake. We were wrong, and we killed a million Iraqis. We caused so many deaths, and for what? For what? You can't even say, oh, Rashad, don't you understand? The ends justify the means. Foreign policy is brutal, it's cold, it's fucked up. I get that. But at what point do you understand and realize the means, the ends aren't even being accomplished? Like, you're not even accomplishing the ends. Like, you haven't actually gotten to the ends. Iran is never going to become a Western friendly democracy. At least, definitely not right now. Iraq didn't become one. Syria didn't become one. In fact, Syria is now being led by a guy who apparently is a former Al Qaeda member. So, again, all we've done is piss these people off, made them angry at us, set them back by decades, and what the fuck do we have to show for it? So when I hear people saying stuff like, you know, America doesn't need this, America doesn't need that, or whatever the fuck, it's like, it's just, oh, we got to stop this nation from having nuclear weapons. I wish more and more Americans understood like how these countries actually feel, because like Iran, for whatever you have to say about their proxy wars and how irrational they are, when it comes to nuclear bombs and how Iran speaks with the United States about them, Iran is a rational actor in that regard. And the United States, well, not even the United, Trump fumbled it so fucking hard. Trump had one job, to just continue on with the JCPOA and take the credit for whatever Obama did. White conservatives are desperately trying to give credit to Trump for anything Obama has done. They would easily give credit to Trump for things that Obama did. All Trump had to do was do that. For Trump, it wasn't enough. He wanted to destroy anything Obama had done, not even realizing he was setting up the world for World War III. So when Trump sits here and says, I'm doing this to stop Iran from having a nuke, no, the fuck you're not. And I'm interested to see the look on people's faces when Iran does pop up with a nuke. I'm interested to see how that conversation is going to go on the right. Because at that point, you can no longer avoid the conversation of the fact that Donald Trump 100% caused all of this. And the conservative, pro-Israel, hardline, anti-Arab, policies have done nothing but weaken America, weaken the world, weaken the Middle East. I'm sorry, but like this like itch to like conquer brown people and blow them up and shoot them up, it's disgusting, it's cowardly, it's vile. It's just filth. Like white supremacy, dog, like it's fucking corny. It's so fucking corny. You know what I mean? Like, it's just corny as fuck. Conquer this, shoot up that, and then the American imperialism and then the American, supremacy mindset of threatening the Europeans. Threatening the Europeans for what? We're gonna invade Greenland for what? It's so shameful that the Danes literally had to prepare for war with the United States of America after sending all those boys to die in Afghanistan. Now they got to prepare for an American invasion of Greenland. And it got to the point where the Iranians were hitting up the Europeans and saying, we really don't even got to really beef like that. If y'all want our help with Greenland, we'll help you. Like, y'all want us to tell you how to fire these goddamn drones and fuck a nigga shit up, we'll tell you. Greenland, Danes, if y'all need help, we'll help. The Iranians literally sent out a message to the Europeans saying, we really don't even got no beef for real. We just hate the Israelis and the Americans, and we really fucking hate Trump. If you want help, you call us and we will help you. We really ain't even beefing like that. That just goes to show how on the fritz and how on the ice America's global hegemony actually is. When Iran feels comfortable enough to reach out to the Europeans and say, yo, if you want our help with this Trump invasion of Greenland, we'll help you out. Fuck all the Islamic, Western divide, brown, white, whatever. If you need our help, we'll help you. Also, because European leaders aren't even thinking from the perspective of like these crusader, colonialist, imperialist lunatics like Pete Hegseth. I doubt Macron cares about the Iranians being brown people wearing robes and hijabs and niqabs or whatever they wear. They don't give a fuck. The Europeans are there to conduct grown folk business. The Iranians are there to conduct grown folk business. And the reality is that America is not. America is trying to live out some kind of colonialist, imperialist, white supremacist fantasy. And I'm sorry, but like it's not the 1600s anymore. It is 2026, and war is not a game. It can spiral out of control. And the reality is that America was not prepared for Iran, and the Europeans are sensibly not feeding into Trump, not appeasing him, not giving him what he wants, and thankfully trying to organize a big enough coalition to talk to Iran, because the only off ramp from this is diplomacy, not with the Americans, but with the West, because America at this point in time does not have the leverage to do jack shit. What the West needs to do is talk to Iran, make a deal, and come to America and say, if you invade Karg Island, if you do anything of the sort to Iran, we're going to have to actually start, maybe possibly putting sanctions on the US. We might have to start trying to lessen and weaken America's global hegemony and weaken America's economic strength and reach, because your desire to destroy Iran is dragging the entire world down with it, and your citizens need to realize that this is a problem that you have caused. You did this. So that's why I'm glad that Macron said, this is not our war. We're not sending a single Frenchman to die in the Strait of Hormuz. And Trump says a bunch of Macron literally is like, Trump just be saying shit. Macron dead ass was like, bruh, Trump just be saying random shit. Don't listen to that nigga. We do not know what the fuck he be talking about. We cannot, under any circumstance, resolve the Strait of Hormuz situation with military strength. And he's right. These drones have changed the game of warfare. Ukraine's navy got fucked up, and they still sank Russian ships with drones. Drones have changed the game forever. Whether it's an FPV drone or a fucking Shahed drone or any of its derivatives and modifications made by, respective countries, these drones are a fucking problem, bro. They're real. And they have changed the game of warfare, and Pete Hegseth and others can't accept it, because they're not engaging in this war to actually bring about any kinds of change, any kinds of, real geopolitical benefit to the world. They're engaging in this conflict to scratch a kind of genocidal itch. Conservatives view the world in a very childish way. Like, you'll oftentimes, like, the conservative mind is activated by things like imagery, right? Like Norman Rockwell paintings, right? Like their minds are activated by like y'all ever seen that picture of that little blonde girl in front of the Twin Towers? Like there's this YouTube video like, you know, life isn't what it used to be anymore, some shit. Like pictures like that tap into things like nostalgia or racial nationalism or just stuff that isn't overtly racial, but if you can some of it isn't even racial at all, but they twist it to make it racial, or some of it is racial and they really like, you know, they drive the point home. But the conservative mind at its core is driven by imagery. So Pete Hegseth really just wants to live out this kind of crusader white man sails to a brown country war kind of thing. That's what he wants to live out. The problem is it's not 19, it's not 1492. This is not Christopher Columbus with a bunch of Spaniards sailing to the island of Hispaniola. It's not Hernan Cortez toppling the Aztecs. It's not Francisco Pizarro, you know, toppling the Inca. It is a different era of human history, and non-white people can fight back and put belt to ass, you know. And Biden knew that. Biden was a white man who knew full and goddamn well. Biden was a white man who understood the state of the world. He was a white man who was intelligent, a white man on his P's and Q's, a white man who understood the game. Why do you think that Trump and Hegseth are so desperate to clear out the entire military of non-Trump loyalists? Bro, there are two segments of the white community. You know how Chris Rock talks about this black people and then there's niggas. The white community has its own segment that they got that really is dragging them down. Right now, what Trump and Hegseth are trying to do is cleanse the US government of white folks with a brain. White folks who know that Iran cannot be meddled with. White folks who know that causing mass economic mayhem and geopolitical, you know, destruction is absolutely fucking retarded. And justifying it with fucking, you know, stock market manipulation is not enough. The reality is that Hegseth and Trump are trying to cleanse Washington of these folks with brains. Okay? So it's really, really important to realize and understand that conservatives are not doing any of this from a real sense of policy. It is all a LARP. It is all, you know, pretend. It is imaginary friends. It is, and that's why I believe like every conservative should be given like Victoria 3, Hearts of Iron. Like they need to, like we need to get Paradox Interactive to give all of these racist conservatives free Paradox games for life so they can live out white supremacy in a video game and do whatever they want to do in the video game and leave the world the fuck alone. Because I promise you, none of this is rooted in national security. None of this is rooted in economic security. The reality is that Iran has too much leverage in terms of force projection for us to engage in any other form of pressure besides diplomatic pressure. That's all we can do is talk to him. But Trump won't listen, and now he's in too deep. His ego is way too fucking deep in. His ego is too deep.
I will never let that happen, and neither should any of our past presidents. This situation has been going on for 47 years and should have been handled long before I arrived in office. I did many things during my 2 terms in office to stop the quest for nuclear weapons by Iran first, and perhaps most importantly, I killed General Qasem Soleimani in my first term. He was an evil genius, brilliant person, a horrible human being, however, the father of the roadside bomb, and he lived just horrible what he did. Iran would have been perhaps in far better, stronger position. Had he lived, we would have had probably a different conversation tonight. But you know what? We'd still be winning and winning big. And then, very importantly, I terminated Barack Hussein Obama's Iran nuclear deal, a disaster. Obama gave them $1.7 billion in cash, green cash. Took it out of banks from Virginia, D.C., then Maryland, all the cash they had. He flew it by airplanes in an attempt to buy their respect and loyalty, but it didn't work. They laughed at our president and went on with their mission to have a nuclear bomb. His Iran deal would have led to a colossal arsenal of massive nuclear weapons for Iran, and They would have had them years ago, and they would have used them. It would have been a different world. There would have been no Middle East and no Israel right now, in my opinion, the opinion of a lot of great experts, had I not terminated that terrible deal. And I was so honored to do it. I was so proud to do it. It was so bad right from the beginning. Essentially, I did what no other president was willing to do. They made mistakes, and I am correcting them. My first preference was always the path of diplomacy, yet the regime continued their relentless quest for nuclear weapons and rejected every attempt at an agreement.
This is Donald Trump's insecurity shining through. In his heart of hearts, he knows Obama made the right call. Donald Trump, on a personal level, fucking hates Obama. It wasn't good enough for Trump to have proven Obama wrong by becoming the president. Trump had to destroy everything Obama ever did. And this is what conservatives seek to acquire through lies and deceit and trickery and destruction. They seek to acquire what they want through those avenues rather than doing it the right, honorable, and correct way. Conservatives want political popularity not by bringing their own healthcare plan to the table, but by trying to lambaste and attack and sabotage Obama's healthcare plan. Trump seeks to, get the American people to believe that he saved the world from another nuclear armed state, not by going down the path of diplomacy, which was what was working at the time, but to sabotage and obstruct and destroy all of those things. See, if conservatives actually were good faith actors, they wouldn't have to engage in these tactics. And a lot of them wouldn't even have to take credit for things other people did. They would actually be able to take credit for their own actions because they're doing the right thing to begin with. But when you're doing evil, and when you're acting from a position of evil, and you're doing the wrong things all the goddamn time, of course, you then obstruct, destroy, sabotage, and when you do these things eventually blow up in your face. They eventually go wrong. And that is why Donald Trump is lying to the public about how bad the JCPOA was, and lying about the fact that he was the one trying to stop the acquisition of a bomb this entire time, and Iran was so untrustworthy. No, you destroyed the JCPOA, then you came to the table with a bunch of terms that nobody was ever going to accept, and when you didn't get your way, you had a fucking freak out. You had a moment of you got upset, you blew up Qasem Soleimani, another mistake, and now the American people are supposed to believe, chat, that somehow or another Donald Trump was the only thing standing in between Iran and a nuclear bomb? Wrong. You've only incentivized the acquisition of a bomb. The only thing that might save the world from a nuclear-armed Iran is the Europeans and the Asians coming together with the Iranians and saying, we're not even mad at you. Please don't build a nuke. We will do anything in our power to lend our economic support toward you. We are not going to attack you. We are not going to bomb you. The most we'll do is clear the Strait of Hormuz of its mines. We really don't want any problems with you. That might be our last hope at a non-nuclear Iran. Part of me wants Iran to get a goddamn nuke so America can chill the fuck out and direct its energy towards something productive instead of blowing up people in the Middle East for casus bellis or casus bellis that don't make any fucking sense. We have to stop Iran from building a nuke, even though they don't even want one in the first place. I know what we'll do. We'll murder the guy who put in a fatwa saying you can't have a nuke. Surely that will stop them from building a nuke. When the old man who's calculating and pensive and careful, when that guy outlaws the construction of a nuke, he's trying to play the geopolitical game, and maybe some part of him really religiously perceived nukes as haram. When you blow that guy up, what do the younger, more radical, more fervent people beneath him start to think? Man, that old ass nigga was tripping. He didn't understand. They blew him up anyways. They killed Big Bro anyways. That's what anybody else would think. If we were in that situation and our old ass president got blown the fuck up, it was like, no nukes, you can't build a nuke. And then he got blown up. A lot of us would say, God damn, our president was trying not to go off the deep end and they still killed our president. What the fuck? In Trump's mind, What he did in the last month in no way, shape, or form drives the hearts of Iran's people toward a nuclear bomb. Donald Trump has lost complete control over escalation. Putin joined the chat. Netanyahu started the group chat. Zelensky done joined the group chat. It's out of Trump's control at this point. Zelensky down there teaching the Gulf states how to shoot down drones. Putin sending billions and billions of dollars to Iran, sending them drones. Like, bro, like it's out of Trump's control at this point. And he's giving this ridiculous speech in order to create some kind of false, air of control. I've got control here. I've got it under control. No, you do not. This nigga does not have this shit under control at all. But this nigga is by the scruff of his neck right now, hanging on, bro, by a thread, bro. 100% hanging on by a thread.
For this reason, in June, I ordered a strike on Iran's key nuclear facilities, an Operation Midnight Hammer. Nobody's ever seen anything like it. Those beautiful B-2 bombers performed magnificently. We totally obliterated those nuclear sites. The regime then sought to rebuild their nuclear program at a totally different location, making clear they had no intention of abandoning their pursuit of nuclear weapons. They were also rapidly building a vast stockpile of conventional ballistic missiles and would soon have had missiles that could reach the American homeland, Europe, and virtually any other place on Earth. Iran's strategy was so obvious.
They already have missiles that can reach Europe. See, we didn't know that until we fucked with them and they almost hit Diego Garcia, our base in the Pacific. So they can reach Europe. I don't even know why this nigga's lying. Like, they could have acquired. Like, no, they are there. Bro, like, the Iranians could build a nuke if they wanted to. Like, they can. They could ask for one from Russia or China. I mean, I know it's not that simple, but if they really petition for one and really try to engage in heavy diplomacy, they could possibly receive a nuclear bomb from, depending upon how bad this goes and how much geopolitical tension there is, they could acquire a nuke through other means outside of enriching their own uranium. The reality is Iran doesn't want a nuke, or they didn't want a nuke. We don't know how they feel now. And Iran already has missiles that can reach Europe. So, like, Trump is lying his ass off to the American people about national security. This should be a crime. Bro, Iran being able to blow up Europe with a ballistic missile and Trump not telling the public should be a crime, or at least it should be a crime that you're saying they can't. Like, not only that, but he has to say they can't, because Trump literally pushed Iran into a corner so deep that Iran decided to show us what they're capable of. And the Europeans probably registered that message. Iran sending that missile toward Diego Garcia was probably an indirect message to the Europeans saying, hey, big bro, like, we could really blow your motherfucking ass up. We could really blow your ass up. So if y'all want to talk, we're here. We're not going to blow you up because you didn't really do shit. But, like, just so y'all niggas know, like, we are not to be played with. So, bro, all Iran has done is put belt to ass over the course of the last month. They didn't put belt to ass. I'm sorry, but they got missiles that projectiles that break apart mid-air that Israel can't shoot down, missiles that change trajectory mid-air. The Iron Dome can't shoot this shit down. Like 30 drones coming at your head top, and then like 6 ballistic missiles. You can't intercept all of that. It's gonna hit something. It's gonna hit something. So, like, the reality is, bro, like, Iran is putting belt to ass. Israel, pressured Trump, and they seduced Trump into this. Trump, egotistical, white supremacist, American supremacist, did not listen to his chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, did not listen to his generals, and does not want to hear reason. Donald Trump is going to try to close out this war in a way that makes him look good, and the Iranians fucking hate him. So they're not going to give him any political victories at all. The Iranians want Trump to go into 2028 a lame duck. They want Trump to go into 2028 literally just like open to any and all attacks, basically finished as a president. They want Donald Trump to basically be a deer in headlights come 2028. They fucking hate him with a personal passion. So, this isn't Venezuela, dog. Iran is a different breed, and these niggas ain't gonna let up until Trump is politically destroyed in the United States of America. The Iranians can't wait for the fucking midterms. They cannot wait for the midterms. Iran, bro, Iran literally has 50 Cent level hatred for Trump. This is not over. This shit is not over by any stretch of the imagination. Trump might try to say it's over, we're gonna leave the Strait alone and it'll open itself up. The Iranians ain't done with your ass. They are not done with your ass. The Iranians cannot wait for the midterms. The Iranians will continue to put belt to orange ass for the next 2 years. These niggas ain't playing with Trump. You think they done with Trump after he blew up their fucking head of state? But these niggas are not done with Trump. Trust and believe, Iran got more belt to put the ass to the next year. Believe that.
They wanted to produce as many missiles as possible, and they did, with the longest range possible. And they had some weapons that nobody believed they had. We just learned that out. We took them out. We took them all out so that no one would really dare stop them. And their race for a nuclear bomb, a nuclear weapon like nobody's ever seen before. They were right at the doorstep. For years, everyone has said that Iran cannot have nuclear weapons, but in the end, those are just words if you're not willing to take action when the time comes. As I stated in my announcement of Operation Epic Fury, our objectives are very simple and clear. We are systematically dismantling the regime's ability to threaten America or project power outside of their borders. That means eliminating Iran's Navy, which is now absolutely destroyed, hurting their Air Force and their missile program at levels never seen before, and annihilating their defense industrial base. We've done all of it. Their Navy is gone. Their Air Force is gone. Their missiles are just about used up or beaten. Taken together, these actions will cripple Iran military, crush their ability to support terrorist proxies, and deny them the ability to build a nuclear bomb. Our armed forces have been extraordinary. There's never been anything like it militarily. Everyone is talking about it, and tonight I'm pleased to say that these core strategic objectives are nearing completion. As we celebrate this progress, we think especially of the 13 American warriors who have laid down their lives in this fight to prevent our children from ever having to face a nuclear Iran. Twice this past month, I have traveled to Dover Air Force Base, and it's been something. I wanted to be with those heroes as they return to American soil, and I was with them and their families, their parents, their wives, the husbands. We salute them, and now we must honor them by completing the mission for which they gave their lives. And every single one of the people, their loved ones said, please, sir, please finish the job, every one of them. And we are going to finish the job, and we're going to finish it very fast. We're getting very close. I want to thank our allies in the Middle East, Israel, Saudi Arabia, Qatar, the UAE, Kuwait, and Bahrain. They've been great, and we will not let them get hurt or fail in any way, shape, or form. Many Americans have been concerned to see the recent rise in gasoline prices here at home. This short-term increase has been entirely the result of the Iranian regime launching deranged terror attacks against commercial oil tankers in neighboring countries that have nothing to do with the conflict. This is yet more proof that Iran can never be trusted with nuclear weapons. They will use them, and they will use them quickly. It would lead to decades of extortion, economic pain, and instability worse than we can ever imagine. The United States has never been better prepared economically to confront this threat. You all know that. We built the strongest economy in history. We're going through it right now, the strongest in history. In 1 year, we've taken a dead and crippled country. I hate to say that, but we were a dead and crippled country after the last administration and made it the hottest country anywhere in the world by far, with no inflation, record-setting investments coming into the United States, over $18 trillion, and the highest stock market ever with 53.
Notice this punk ass nigga is not talking about the job market. You notice how whenever Donald Trump talks about our success, it's always about shit that him and his inner circle is experiencing. Trillions of dollars in investment. Trillions and trillions and trillions. What the fuck are you talking about? What the fuck are you talking about? Trillions of dollars and for who? For who? This nigga like it's like the tariff stuff. We made billions and billions off the tariffs. Who is we? This nigga just be saying shit, bro. Like, this is what I'm talking about. Like, how do people watch this nigga and stomach this shit? No inflation? What are you talking about? You have been Donald Trump is literally going band for band with COVID on inflation. Have y'all ever seen that video of Rick Ross at the club? And this guy throws money at Rick Ross, and Rick Ross got mad for like 2 seconds, grabbed his own money, and just throws it at the other guy. That's Trump and COVID going band for band on who can destroy the global economy better. Trump himself, as a being on this planet, is an inflationary cause on the earth. He literally causes inflation. He is an inflationary element to the economy. Literally, his existence is inflationary. Am I wrong? The nigga causes a global tariff war, then starts a regional war that causes an energy crisis, which then causes an economic calamity, and he gets up and says there's no inflation, and the only prosperity he can speak of is the stock market and investments? I'm sorry, but Donald, I don't have trillions and trillions in investment. I don't have that yet. Yeah, I would love to have trillions, one day. Well, trillions is way too much money. I'm not gonna lie. What do you even do with that? You really gotta donate like billions of that. I ain't gonna lie. But I would like to have a lot of money one day. But where is the integrity? And notice he doesn't talk about the job market on purpose. He skips the job market because he knows we're losing jobs. Trump had one job: continue what Biden did with the Inflation Reduction Act, continue opening up the manufacturing sector for green energy, and you could have had so many manufacturing jobs for Americans, so many manufacturing jobs for blue-collar white men who love to vote for you. Trump just doesn't give a fuck. So here we are with Trump talking about trillions and trillions that no one in this group, no one in this live stream, no one in working class white America, working class black America, working class Hispanic America is ever going to see the trillions and trillions in the stock market. No one, this nigga has literally been playing hot potato with the stock market for the last week. Go all out on Friday, declare peace on Monday. Blow up school children on Friday, declare peace on Monday. Blow up the Ayatollah on Friday, say they want a peace deal on Monday. Blow these niggas up on Friday, bullshit and lie about this peace deal on. It's like, what is these niggas do? Like, what is this crap? And then he got the audacity to say no inflation, trillions in investment. What the fuck? This nigga be saying shit. This nigga just says shit. Bro, we gotta, bro. America is not a serious country. Like, when I see Trump, I don't see the president. Like, when I see Obama or Biden, I'm like, that's the president of the United States. When I see Trump, it's just a random nigga on the stage talking. Like, bro, I just can't take this nigga seriously, bro. Like you've never seen before. Bigly. It's like, bro, this is a grown-ass adult? Really? Okay. The president of the United States? The nigga's a crypto scammer. What the fuck? He's a fucking crypto scammer. This nigga's a fat crypto scammer. He's not the president, bro.
The all-time record highs in just 1 year. It all positioned us to get rid of a cancer that has long simmered. It's known as the nuclear Iran, and they didn't know what was coming. They've never imagined it. Remember, because of our drill baby drill program, America has plenty of gas. We have so much gas. Under my leadership, we are #1 producer of oil and gas on the planet, without even discussing the millions of barrels that we're getting from Venezuela. Because of the Trump administration's policies, we produce more oil and gas than Saudi Arabia and Russia combined. Think of that, Saudi Arabia and Russia combined. And that number will soon be substantially higher than that. There's no country like us anywhere in the world, and we're in great shape for the future. The United States imports almost no oil through the Hormuz Strait and won't be taking any in the future. We don't need it. We haven't needed it, and we don't need it. We've beaten and completely decimated Iran. They are decimated, both militarily and economically and in every other way. And the countries of the world that do receive oil through the Hormuz Strait must take care of that passage. They must cherish it. They must grab it and cherish it. They can do it easily. We will be helpful, but they should take the lead in protecting the oil that they so desperately depend on. So to those countries that can't get fuel, many of which refuse to get involved in the decapitation of Iran, we had to do it ourselves. I have a suggestion. Number one, buy oil from the United States of America. We have plenty. We have so much. And number two, build up some delayed courage. Should have done it before. Should have done it with us, as we asked. Go to the Strait and just take it, protect it, use it for yourselves. Iran has been essentially decimated. The hard part is done, so it should be easy. And in any event, when this conflict is over, the Strait will open up naturally. It'll just open up naturally. They're going to want to be able to sell oil because that's all they have to try and rebuild. It will resume the flowing, and the gas prices will rapidly come back down. Stock prices will rapidly go back up. They haven't come down very much, frankly. They came down a little bit, but they've had some very good days over the last couple of days. We've done actually much.
What he doesn't tell you is that when this was happening, the stock market crashed. And it crashed because when you cause an energy crisis at this level, it has a logistical effect on so many different parts of the economy. Fertilizer, transportation, you name it, it's affected. Your groceries are affected by this. The fertilizer used to grow them. The diesel that powers the machines that harvest these crops. The diesel that powers the vehicles that transport these crops. The fuel that powers these tankers that transport goods and oil across the entire planet. All of this stuff is heavily dependent upon diesel. Donald Trump wants to sell America a American supremacist narrative that we don't need the world needs us. That is bullshit. Humanity has existed before the United States of America, and there's a very good chance it will exist after. This narrative that the Strait will just open up on its own, it might, but things will change. Iran will put a toll on the Strait of Hormuz. Nations will probably prefer to pay that toll rather than for the strait to be closed. Iran is going to have sovereign control over the Strait of Hormuz. Donald Trump, at the end of the day, can pretend like the Strait of Hormuz opening up on its own is going to be a victory for him, but it won't. It is going to be a disaster for him. Donald Trump is going to extremely dislike what Iran will have to say when the Strait of Hormuz reopens. Because when it does, the Iranians are rightfully going to say, we whooped your motherfucking ass. You came to play games. We put belt to ass. Now look at you. We run the strait. We sent you packing. We won this war. We run this shit. And they would be right to say that. They would be 100% correct because that's what happened. Then he tells the Europeans and the entire world, you go open up the strait. You want to know why Trump doesn't want to open up the strait himself? Because he can't. Again, like Emmanuel Macron said, the president of France, military force cannot open the Strait of Hormuz. The drones and missiles make it impossible. You have to talk the Iranians down. You have to explain to them that there is an off-ramp with the rest of the world, at least, if not with America. In fact, the rest of the world making a deal with Iran to operate in the Strait of Hormuz would force America to abandon military options. At least a sane America would abandon military options. Pete Hegseth is so bloodthirsty, I don't know for sure if America would abandon military force. Then, to make matters exponentially worse, they're saying that Pete Hegseth was one of the people who pitched the Iran war to Trump by saying it'll be easy. Bro, somebody like Hegseth should not be the Secretary of Defense, bro. Should not. Absolutely should not. I know I don't have to tell y'all this, but oh my God. You know, like people could decry DEI, but it's like, look at what happens when you take somebody whose only accomplishment is being white, male, and being loyal to Trump. Because we know if it was a white man who wouldn't suck Trump's dick, they'd fire him. Pete Hegseth just fired a white man today. So this crap about DEI and black people and brown people are undermining American excellence. Get the fuck out of here, dude. The reality is conservative white Americans are just as much into DEI as everyone the fuck else. Except instead of trying to hire qualified white people, they want to hire ideologically compromised white people. That's what they want to do. White people who actually put in the work can't even get a shot because they got to get put up. They got to get passed up for people like Pete Hegseth to win and succeed in society. It's disgusting. It's filth. And he tells the rest of the world to cherish and love the Strait of Hormuz. Trump is not going to like either scenario because both scenarios causes America to lose its geopolitical power and influence over the region. It undermines the US dollar's power over oil in the Middle East, and it undermines American military power in the Middle East because basically it tells the entire world and the region America has no real force projection in the Middle East. Or America can bomb Iran's navy, Iran's air force, and it won't change Iran's ability to control the Strait of Hormuz. Anybody who's been paying attention to the war in Ukraine knows that drones have changed the game. Ukraine has engaged in naval warfare with barely any navy by launching drones. Drones can literally sink ships, and that's why Trump is afraid to send the Navy into the Strait, because the Navy is that Strait of Hormuz is a kill box for the U.S. Navy. It is a fatal funnel. You're trapped in this tight space. Iran don't really got to do too much aiming to hit your ass. Only 10% of Shahed drones have to get through to hit its given target, and a ship will sink. A ship will sink. And Trump does not want to endure that international and domestic humiliation. He does not want to have to report on a shitload of Navy sailor casualties. He's afraid of that. So he's telling the world to go get killed instead. But the Europeans aren't biting the bait. They know full and well that Donald Trump is trying to skirt and shirk responsibility off to the Europeans and to, make off like a bandit and say, we never had to be there. We were only there to help. And the rest of the world is ungrateful. That narrative is not going to work. They never needed our help. The Strait of Hormuz was always open, and it's really important for the rest of the world to drive this home to the public, because Americans will buy the narrative that we were asked to go there and then the world left us high and dry. That is a fucking lie. It is a lie, but conservatives are never, ever, ever beyond telling a lie. So the world and the West, must prepare for that lie to be spread all throughout the media. That America was invited, the West and the Arab states pled with America to go to war. It's funny how Israel is barely mentioned in this conversation, in this speech. Everyone else is getting the smoke. Iran, bitch this. Iran, bitch ass nigga that. Iran, punk this. Punk ass Iran that. Europeans this. NATO that. Everybody getting the smoke from Trump, but one nation state. Oh, two, because Putin came in and armed and funded Iran in the midst of this war. So Trump got the smoke for everybody but Netanyahu and Putin. Per usual. So, it is what it is. Be sure to like the stream. We got a super chat from C. What the fuck does that even mean? Film sent $5. Where in the F is the 25th at? Impeach and remove this orange. Is that a dog or a cat? I don't know if it's a dog or a cat. I don't know, but you're calling him a bad word, so I'll fuck with you. And his whole cabinet now. WEI, white, entitled, and incompetent. That is funny, I'm not gonna lie. Thanks for the 5. Super chat. Honestly, bro, that really is what it is, bro. But what's funny is J.D. Vance's his goal to become the president, like, that's over, dog. And again, Trump is not a team player. Like, at his heart of hearts, Trump is not a team player. Like, Trump, in his mind, he is the main character. Anybody after him can eat shit. Like, he does not give a shit about anybody but himself. Like, the nigga really is beyond any sort of care for the future. And that's why he does the shit he does, because he literally is beyond any sort of, care for the future. He's not doing this to lead America into a golden age. He's doing this for himself. And, Americans just are going to have to learn the hard way that that's what's happening here. People can't accept it, but it's true. So let's get into the Manosphere topic. We're going to look into what the fuck is going on with the Manosphere. I'm really happy that anti-Manosphere content is becoming more popular because, I watched the Red Pill go from, semi, improve yourself, get better looking, take care of yourself, get a job, da 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 da, and there was some misogyny. I'd say it's 70% misogyny, 30% shit that makes sense. And if you're retarded, you can sift through the hate. And if you're not retarded, you can sift through the hate. If you're retarded, you're cooked. But now the Red Pill is literally just 100% misogyny. And I'm glad that more and more people are speaking up about this shit. Because, I wonder how many young men's lives have been destroyed by the just brazen misogyny that has been, just permeating throughout society. Have you heard the song KTP by the band? No, I haven't heard it yet. I'd have to look into it. Thanks for the $5 super chat as well, by the way. Thank you for the $5 super chat. Yeah, I have not heard about that song. I'd have to look into it, but thank you for the super chat. So we're going to get into the Red Pill. We're going to see what's going on with the Red Pill. Billions and billions. Let's see what's going on with the women haters.
Talked about the reunification of the Manosphere and its instant collapse. Every member stabbed each other in the back due to their own conspiracies.
He started telling me that he had this cuck thing that was exposed. He had this big cuck scandal.
Paranoia.
Ah! That's what Mossad wants. That's what they want. They want me. They're trying to ruin my life so I crash out and I can't stream.
And financial greed.
You bail for your career.
Who respects that? Who f***ing respects that?
But something I've never talked about is who these people actually are, because they brand themselves as Morpheus, saving their audience from the Matrix.
That's what being a top G is. I'm Morpheus. Morpheus was the guy fighting against the Matrix.
Giving you advice to be a more independent, richer man.
Education is designed to create people who can build yachts. But the real world is designed to create people who will buy yachts.
Breaking away from the sins of the world. But all they're doing is creating a matrix of their own to trap you in. They'll go viral for preaching about how gross and horrible the porn industry is.
So you don't agree in traditional values?
Yet they're collaborating with OnlyFans models, in some cases promoting and managing them.
You manage OnlyFans girls?
I don't personally manage them, but I bought an agency that does.
They'll tell you college is a scam meant to keep you in debt.
You'd rather say go to college. I saw you on Adam 22, you're like, go to college.
Yeah, because college is a super reliable course to build
college
yourself.
College is a scam. College is a giant scam.
So they could sell you their own school, where in Sneeko's case, he doesn't even have a single successful student.
But also how to tap into your creative side, because let's be honest, all you want to be YouTubers at some point in your life, and that's all I know how to do.
His course is supposed to teach you how to be a YouTuber, where his most successful student earned $1,500 in a month. That's not even minimum wage. They preach how to be a dominant husband.
I'm the dictator, you are the subordinate. And I dictate when I want to put dick in you, bitch.
This is what women want. But in reality, they're...
Bro, can we talk about the fact that, Red Pill niggas are deadass, socially challenged. You know what I mean? You gotta start wondering, what the fuck goes on in a person's mind when he says, I dictate when I put dick in you? Where are you at mentally in life when you basically just brazenly say you're going to SA somebody? Why are you even in a relationship with somebody if you have to tell them, if you have to force them to have sex with you? What is the point of that relationship? Honest question. What do you even do? And by the way, the fraudery of it is crazy because Myron's girlfriend, Angie, he didn't sleep with her at all. They never had sex. So he's lying. He's literally saying, like, he's saying to young men, he's encouraging men to basically become abusers and assaulters, while simultaneously in his relationship, he's, I would hope, not assaulting his girl at all. She doesn't want to have sex with him. He apparently doesn't want to have sex with her, and he's apparently cool with that. Now, of course, when people found out about it, they were like, bro, what the fuck? I thought your girl was supposed to have burning desire or whatever. But, like, he's encouraging young men to think that assault is cool. And it's like, it gets to a point where it's like, what the, you know, you wonder, how does this shit, voice crack, how does this shit become popular? Because it's ventured far off from the realm of like, get fit, get ripped, get fit, get a six-pack, fuck a bad bitch, to assault, both sexual and physical, verbal abuse. Like, it has become something demonic. And not even become, it always was something demonic. It just hadn't gained enough, traction and enough influence to take on its final form. But like, when I see people say stuff like that, it's like these influencers come on the internet and they sell men this version of reality that isn't real, and then they sell them a fake solution. So every woman is a hypergamous demon who all really want Drake. They want a 6-foot dude with 6 figures. They want a dude with 666,000 followers on Instagram, 6 blue checks, 6-inch meat. They want a dude who's 6'6". Like they want like super, like Ronaldo, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is what they tell young men. And the solution to this is to take women's rights, take their right to vote, elbow them in the face, assault them sexually, all this crap. And it's like, it's all a scam. It is all a psyop. It's all a scam. It is fake. Because, like, it is all curated, right? They purposefully find women of a certain demographic. And I don't mean racial, but, like, cultural. Or, like, they find girls in Miami that do OF, and they like Birkin bags, and they like going on expensive vacations, and they like men buying them material items, right? The majority of women in real life don't care about Birkins. They don't care about, Montclair jackets and what's Philippe Patek? What Patek Philippe? I'm sorry, I'm not cultured like that. I'm bougie, but I ain't that bougie, okay? I don't know about that shit like that. But you know what I'm saying? Like Michael Kors, Yves Saint Laurent, like most women don't want none of that shit in real life. Like maybe they'll get, like maybe they love 1 or 2 of those as a gift. But like the kinds of women to where like it's non-negotiable, like my man better buy me this or I ain't fucking with him. Most women aren't like that. But again, it is strategic. They find these women on purpose and present them on the podcast to make men upset. This is what the modern woman has become. This is what women are. And you can't get them because they all want Chad. It's so insane. It's so insane. It's so crazy.
Own love life is in shambles.
I think you don't have real game, and let's be real, she wasn't locked in with you. Call him Rollerblade Rico. He's a shadow that just rolls out of nowhere, man. Smooth wheels, smoother game. You don't even hear him coming.
That mindset that type of behavior is acceptable, that mindset of like it's just harmless fun, it's also gonna be harmless fun when you walk into your house and there's a Nigerian plowing your bitch.
Was that a personal experience of yours? Not exactly the most competent group of individuals in the world. That's why I like to run my own team of assassins. With my top G and lead champion being Ezio from Assassin's Creed, poisoning the enemy before. They're all faithful to see all these characters come together. Very expensive, there's a lot of debt, but it's a hell of a lot more successful than whatever they're selling.
Does the term Matrix mean anything to you?
The system, higher powers, the colluding powers at the top of the world that want to keep everyone down, keep everyone broke, keep the slave mindset going, yeah.
Harrison's solution is to run an investment group. He claims it has a 100% win rate.
Every single day you're not inside, there's $1 you're missing out on. $3,000 up today already, boys. It's literally AM. 100% win rate, not one trade in the red. We are printing fucking cash.
What Harrison is doing is a scam. I have no idea how it's legal. How it works is you pay to be in his Telegram investment group, and they tell you to sign up for brokers, but it's not normal brokers like Fidelity or Ally. Louis, who made a Netflix documentary meeting all these people, gives some insight.
I looked into his investment group. The broker firms he promoted received terrible reviews.
Don't ever say that I'm a scammer.
Dude, this guy's a scammer.
HS takes a cut of whatever you put in, even if you lose money. I opened an account and put in £500.
The brokers Harrison uses focuses on currency and commodity trading, which is incredibly hard to make money off of. The broker he was using last year was Iron FX. The reason he picks these brokers is because their affiliate program pays out a lot of money. He earns up to $800 for every person he gets signed up. After he's maxed out his audience, getting them all to sign up to Iron FX, they suddenly switch to a new obscure broker. This time it's IB, which pays a guaranteed $200 in their affiliate program. And he tries to move everyone over there. He's not being honest about his business model. Louis puts in $500 to Harrison's investment group. He lost all of it.
I'd once taken £500 and joined HS's investment group, making trades with its advice, hoping to join the ranks of those who'd leveled up. With its help, after 2 months, my money was mostly gone.
He lost $350 of his $500 investment. This stock started filming a year ago and seems to have wrapped up around October. To lose this much money in that sort of investment market should have been hard. Harrison found a way. It's the least surprising result ever because for Harrison, it's not about investments, it's about the affiliate program and Telegram subscriptions. Harrison's posting Louis losing money using his investment group and laughing about it on Instagram, saying cheers for the 500. But it's not just Sneeko and Harrison.
You know what's funny is like, bro, like HS could have easily, what's funny is like HS really had it in the bag. Like HS really had it in the bag. When him and Zerka had that fight and he beat Zerka, he had it in the bag. He was with a bad female in Miami, beautiful girl in Miami, suited and booted up. He didn't have a suit on, but he was looking fly. He was looking good, looking clean, with a good looking woman. Zerka, 6'3", 6'4", big fucking Albanian, pulls up on him, boxing, MMA gloves and everything, throws glass at him, swings on him, and HS beat the fuck out of Zerka. Does HS, capitalize on this opportunity and build his brand and do interviews and really, really build up? No, I don't know what he did after that. I don't know where he went, what he did, but he's now relegated himself to scamming people and bragging about it. And it's like, dog, I hate to break it to you, but like being a scammer is worse. Like I know these guys think like being an OF model is like the most evil thing a person can do. Dog, when you're a scammer, you have lowered yourself to the lowest of the, like you're stealing from people. You are literally stealing, and you not only derive pleasure from stealing, you're mocking someone you stole from. That is deranged. You have entered into a realm of darkness spiritually. And for HS to find it funny to have scammed this guy, it's like, dog, like, what the fuck is going on? And these are supposed to be the guys telling young men how to free themselves from the Matrix? Dog, I mean, like, it's insane because if you want to free yourself from the Matrix, you have to walk down your own path. That's the one thing that all of these guys have in common. The Andrew Tates, the Sneekos, the HS Tiki Takis, all of these guys, whether the path is good or evil or somewhere in between, they've all walked down their own path, cultivated a certain skill, whether it's Andrew Tate going from whatever the fuck he was doing with the fucking campsite he had, the alleged trafficking, to making content, or Sneeko being a content creator, or HS going from being a content creator to, I guess, a scammer. Cultivating a content creation platform is going down your own path and building something for yourself. The scamming, the buffoonery, the hatred, it's not worth it. It's not fucking worth it. It's not worth the possible legal trouble you could find yourself in, both civic and legal, or civil or legal. It's just not worth it. It's not worth the problems. It really is not.
Harrison that do this. All of the Manosphere will complain about how the world is rigged and that's what's keeping you poor, and they just so happen to sell a course or a book that's supposed to save you.
The real world is the only university on the planet teaching you how to escape the matrix as opposed to preparing your mind for slavery inside of the matrix.
Here's the other thing too about marriage, right? So let me give you guys some numbers, and this comes straight from my book, Why Women Deserve Less, by the way.
Now pay $50 to $100 a month for the worst version of YouTube tutorials. Myron and Fresh cry about how the dating market is broken. Feminism ruined everything.
So the media, run by Jews, who also push feminism, said, you know what? This will make us some money. We start to see the rise of female actresses. They get pushed more in music, get pushed more in television, get pushed more on sitcoms. We start to see the rise of talk shows, sitcoms, bringing up the female experience. We start to see women being the rational leaders, logically sound problem solvers on these TV shows.
Monica from Friends ruined masculinity.
That mindset that type of behavior is acceptable, that mindset of like, it's just harmless fun. It's also going to be harmless fun when you walk into your fucking house and there's a Nigerian plowing your bitch.
What?
Bro, I love how like Myron says it's a Nigerian and not a black American, because like I think his psyche would break if a black American man fucked this chick. Because he hates black Americans so bad. He hates us so bad. I don't know what black Americans did to make Myron upset, but he fucking hates us. But you know, I find it funny when like conservative red pill men talk about how, you know, women are portrayed as the rational, logical one, and the husband's a bumbling idiot. But like, and I'm not trying to be a pick-me when I say this. I'm not trying to like appeal to women. But bro, the last election has proven that like, bro, this idea that like women are like these emotional, delusional, bimbo, empty-headed airheads and men know everything is just not true. It's just not true. Life is nuanced, life is complicated, and there will be situations where women are dead ass in the right and men are dead ass in the wrong. This last election is evidence enough of that alone. I don't care how you feel about it, bro. Women were fucking right, dog. Women fucking called the election. Women were correct about the election. The women who went for Kamala Harris, they were on the money, bro. I voted for Kamala, but like, bro, the reality is that men voted for Trump from a place of emotion. They did. Men didn't vote for Trump from a place of logic or reason or rationale. Men voted from a place of emotion. We're angry. We feel disaffected. We feel like we're not being looked after or spoken to or cared for. So we're going to lash out. It was 100% emotional. Kamala Harris's policies would have been better for men by far. Gen Z is never going to, we're never going to own homes. Unless you're like financially lucky, you landed a good job, you've been saving your money, you've been doing good, which if you are in that position, I love that for you. But Gen Z as a whole is socioeconomically fucked, and Kamala would have done something to alleviate that pain. And maybe even remove that pain. Under Trump, that's dead. And it's really important for young men to realize like you are not inherently smarter or better than women. You're not inherently more logical. You're not inherently more rational. You're not inherently better. People are complicated. They vary by person to person. And sometimes women are fucking right. And I think that being, as a man, there's something valuable about being able to admit when you're fucking wrong. Like there's something valuable about being able to say, you know what, bro? You know what? Women were right. Women called it. Women were right. Women called it. Women voted correctly for Kamala. Women voted correctly for Hillary. And we were fucking wrong. Grown-ass man got to be able to admit when he's wrong. I'm just saying, like, it's not even about being a pick-me. It's about just acknowledging the uncomfortable nature of reality. That, you know what? Like, the things that we think about the world, like, you know, women are emotional and women are empty-headed and overly empathetic and men are these rational, logical machines. Not true.
What? Are you okay, man? Are you venting to me? The solution? A book, of course. It's horrible advice. I've read it. Go watch that video. He also sells a course on dating.
It's way more important to protect her than to please her. Who gives a fuck about a woman's orgasm? It's useless.
Sorry, honey. I can't please you. I'm too busy protecting. Myron's only ever had...
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Niggas should have known from that moment that Myron was sus. Like, when you proudly say, I don't give a fuck about pleasing my girl, nigga. Like, what the fuck? Like, yo! The fact that, like, niggas didn't pick up on a problem, like, bro, when Myron said that, and this was years ago, the fact that nobody had a moment of clarity of like, y'all hearing this nigga, bro? Like, nobody was like, hey, yo, like, hey, yo. Y'all ever seen them videos of the niggas in New York getting sturdy, and they doing like the little sturdy, like they're doing like the zesty sturdy? That's the verbal equivalent of a zesty sturdy. I don't gotta please my girl. I just gotta protect my girl. From what? From what? Your girl got ops? Does your girl have beef in these streets? Like, I'm not saying you shouldn't be prepared for, you know, anything, and you shouldn't be prepared to protect your girl, but like, you're gonna have sex with your girl more than you're gonna be in a shootout in defense of your girl, I would hope. You should probably master the one that you're gonna be doing a lot more. I'm just saying, like, if you're gonna be laying a pipe on your girl, like, I don't know, like 3 or 4 days out of the week, and you probably might defend her from an attacker one time in y'all's entire lives, like, maybe you should focus more on laying the pipe on your girl. I'm just throwing shit out there. I'm just throwing shit at the wall, hoping it sticks. I don't know. Maybe I'm fucking wrong. I'm just saying, just a suggestion. But the fact that Myron said that and people didn't pick up on the problem, it doesn't really, what it indicates is the fact that like a lot of men are so socially, like, you know, people say like, oh, the reason why dating in society is so fucked up is because women are all chasing the top 10% men, and women all want to fuck Tom Brady and LeBron James, and they all want to fuck Drake, and they all want to fuck who's like a Duke Dennis, and it's just not true. Like, the reality is that young men and an increasing amount of young women in today's society are not going outside. Young men today are more socially unskilled than they have ever been in human history. Young men don't even hang out with each other, much less women. They're saying like 1 in 4 men have never spoken to a woman or asked her for her phone number. So when Myron says it doesn't matter if you please your girl, you just got to protect her. Like, young men hear that and think it makes sense because they have no other frame of reference. They've never talked to a girl, had sex with a girl, done anything with a girl. So to them, you know, protecting your girl in some hypothetical situation, like, that to them is the pinnacle of a relationship, because they literally have no other frame of reference. So it really is interesting that, you know, red pillars never, ever, 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 ever mention to young men, hey, go outside with your boys, go hang out, go to the bar, go to the club, go do something. No, nothing. Like, you know, go outside. Like, if you're in college, like, find a club to join, find a basketball club, or like those intramural clubs where you play sports or something. Like, go do some shit and make some friends. They never say that. It's always some hypothetical Grand Theft Auto storyline where you call Lester and there's $1 million in the bank and you have a 6-pack and you have a yacht and a Bugatti and all this gay shit. And it's like, it's just all ridiculous nonsense.
One girlfriend who dumped him. He has to pay for escorts. He's got a profile. Both of them do. They know nothing about relationships. I want to revisit Harrison's statement about the Matrix, and I want you to think, does it apply more to the real world or what these people are selling?
System, higher powers, the colluding powers at the top of the world that want to keep everyone down, keep everyone broke, keep the slave mindset going, yeah?
Is that real?
That means to me.
Is that a real thing?
Of course it's real.
Meanwhile, they're selling you courses that don't work, aren't supposed to work. Pay $100 a month for the Conqueror course so you could sign up to a sketchy broker so they could earn an extra $1,000 while you lose all your money. Don't go to college, don't get a degree, instead pay them. People who have less than a 1% success rate for their students. And if you pay attention, they'll admit it.
The people at the top of the world, why would they want people below them to make a load of money and not serve them? Doesn't make sense.
These guys aren't saving you from the Matrix, they're trapping you in their own. They are pitching you outrage and selling their own Matrix as the solution.
So you were a salesman at that point?
I've always been a salesman. I'm a salesman now. Sales is the most important skill you can have.
But what Louis' documentary actually shows is that these people's lifestyles are completely fraudulent. Harrison will grandstand about how Bonnie Blue is awful for doing porn.
Not what my daughter will be involved with. I'd disown my daughter, like, as in...
Would you?
Right, if she done something like that,
come on, that's easy to say.
But at the same time, he's constantly collaborating with OnlyFans models that he has under contract.
Listen, if you want to see the behind the scenes, the shit I cannot put on YouTube because it's too loose, get inside my Telegram.
He promotes them in his paid Telegram.
Here there are links to the accounts of X-rated performers on the subscription-based platform OnlyFans, as well as content of scantily clad women. You've got 500,000 people on your Telegram, right?
Yeah.
And you're advertising OnlyFans girls on there.
Yeah.
Do you think there's a contradiction there?
No, because I openly say I don't give a fuck and I'm doing it for money.
Yet he sells it.
I don't care about
the morality of it.
I know it's not good. I say to people, don't watch porn. It's sad. It's loser shit.
He owns an OnlyFans management company. If he was transparent, I would...
Bro, like, one of the things that bothers me about the red pill shit is, like, these dudes aren't against any of the shit that they pretend to be against, right? Because the infamous scenario on the Fresh and Fit shows is a girl will come on the Fresh and Fit show, she'll have an OF, she'll argue back and forth with Myron about whether or not men and women are equal or whatever, all of this stuff. And these guys will, of course, come into the super chat and donate like $60 or $70 to call her a whore, a bitch, a slut, whatever. The stream will end, and then, like, she'll get, like, 50,000 subs on her OF. She'll earn, like, fucking $250,000 in a month from just appearing on the Fresh and Fit show, right? And it begs the fucking question, what is the real problem here? Because if you can... Like, what is, like, the rage is coming from somewhere. And I've been trying to communicate this to people for a minute, and I'm glad that Willie Mack coined it. It is the marketing and trafficking of outrage. If I can make you mad enough at any given, demographic, I can siphon the utmost amount of money from you. And that's exactly what conservative commentary is. From the Brett Coopers of the world, to the Ben Shapiros, to Charlie Kirks, all of it is finding really, really niche people in society, presenting them as the norm in society, and then, convincing you that these people are destroying the world and the world's falling apart. And if you give me money, if you buy this merch, if you donate to this stream, if you do all of these things, society will become better. And in this case, you have a bunch of men who can't decide, do I hate the OF girl or do I like the OF girl? They don't know. And it is by design. It is on purpose. Getting you to believe that women are only this particular archetype. They're only OF girls or Birkin bag demons or whatever. And I personally don't care or dislike people who walk down, either of those paths in life. I don't give a shit. I'm more concerned with, like, politicians who obstruct healthcare. But I find it funny that, like, there is a segment of men who, for some reason, are gravitating toward these things, but have this burning hatred for the people who participate in them. It's weird. It's all substanceless. There's no consistency. There's no actual moral message. And I think that's part of the reason why the red pill isn't lasting in the pop cultural sphere. Why it is becoming more of like a niche thing, because it is kind of, not even kind of hypocritical. It's brazenly hypocritical. And I honestly can't really understand what exactly, the men who still believe in it and follow it are trying to get out of life. I really don't understand, I don't get it. But it is funny seeing HS be like, I tell people, don't watch this stuff, it's horrible. Like, why are you selling it then? That's like Aiden Ross being like, well, I think Aiden Ross probably has been like, guys, gambling is so horrible, but like, watch my stake stream. He probably has done that. But, like, I don't know. Because, like, with these guys, like, Aiden Ross makes, like, stupid little comments every now and again about, like, values or, like, society or whatever. But people like HS and others, they really wring the shit out of the fucking rag. They constantly go on and on about society and the West and blah, 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 and values and women this and women that. So it's always interesting to see these men demonize these women and constantly do live streams with them, constantly do collabs with them, constantly bring them on stream, even sharing their OFs on the, like, when these niggas go live and argue with OF girls for like 3 hours and then put their OFs on the screen or the link in the description, it's like, all right, bro, like, do you believe this shit you're saying or not? You know what I'm saying? Like, what's the point of you cussing this person out for 3 hours and calling them a whore and a slut and a demon and a horrible person if you're just gonna lick them? Like, why don't you just, like, I don't know, bro. Like, this stuff is just so fake. I just cannot understand how these people retain and maintain fan bases over any period of time.
Bet that this is the most profitable side of his business.
Do you manage OnlyFans girls?
I don't personally manage them, but I bought an agency that does. Do I agree with it? No. Would I profit off it? Yeah.
HS's latest project was House of Heat, an OnlyFans content house where X-rated creators were living together and cross-promoting. He was helping publicize their accounts on his channels while taking a cut of any income.
This is like a drug dealer telling you drugs are bad. Half of his brand is showing you how great this all is.
Got a video of her moving fucking mad this morning. If you want to see it, it's borderline fucking porno.
Louis asks Harrison why he doesn't just be a good person and live by his morals. Harrison responds with, well, I wouldn't be rich then.
Why not try and be a good person?
In what respect? What do you mean?
Just uplift people, don't pander to their worst impulses. Actually encourage them to make the right choices.
If I'd just done good things, I would never have really blown up on social media in the first place. I'm not living for other people, I'm living for myself.
For these people, it's only about the money. Clavicular.
I hate to sound like an egotistical dick. This is gonna sound so egotistical, but like, I'm gonna say it. Fuck it. I'm gonna just say it. I'm not even afraid to say it. Fuck it. When you're not talented and you have no other path, this is honestly all you have left. Like, when you're not talented, you have to attack other people on social media. You have to scam. You have to spread negativity. You have to do this type of shit. Like, when you say, if I had been this or if I had done that, I could never be successful, that is a fucking lie. Duke Dennis is not doing this shit. Phantom is not doing this shit. Kai Cenat ain't doing this shit. Davis ain't doing this shit. Dami ain't doing this shit. There's so many content creators. Cinna, all of these people that are Gen Z. There's so many Gen Z content. Well, Duke is a millennial, but like, there's so many content creators. I think Phantom is a millennial too. But like, there's so many of these young content creators who aren't spreading any negativity at all and are successful. When you say, if I were a good person, none of this would manifest, that is 100% not true. Anybody in the realm of content creation knows this. If you put a legitimate effort into any kind of good content and you try, you can 100% make it. Like, none of this stuff is necessary. And this is the reason why you see a lot of streamers do toxic shit. Because without toxicity, without chaos, without destruction, without bullshit, they cannot succeed. And I'm not trying to be egotistical, but I am saying, like, it is true though. Like, when you aren't talented, you have to resort to insulting people and being a dick and acting a fool and alienating and demonizing and, you know, harming marginalized people and vulnerable communities. This is all you really can do to earn money, is to basically pander to the darkest impulses and try to pull out the darkest impulses of the average person in order to rage bait them into giving you money. Like I said before, HS Dog could have been a big content creator had he capitalized off the Zerka incident with the utmost amount of aggression. He could have done it. I don't know why he didn't. I understand that grinding is a fucking difficult thing. Trying to make it in the game is a difficult thing. It's not easy. There's ups and downs. There's disappointments. There's personal shit that goes on. There's all kind of crap. I get it. But it gets to a point where it's like, what the fuck? You know, like, what the fuck is this shit? Like, this is the kind of shit that a person says when they're just not talented enough to hang in the game of content creation.
Does the same thing that Harrison and Fresh and Fit do, where they'll demean OnlyFans girls to look above it.
OnlyFans? I started like 2 months ago. I'm so sorry for you. I wish I met you 2 months ago.
And then they'll party with them on stream because they know that promotes them, and then they'll sign them to contracts to take a percentage of their earnings.
So 3 days ago, allegedly, I get a phone call from Scarlett. She's like bawling her eyes out. I don't really know what to do. I signed an OF contract, allegedly with Daddy Clav, 70-30. Feels so bad, I don't know what to do. Like, I want to go home. Are you a stupid bitch? Like, how are you gonna let a fucking man own 70% of your fucking nude photos?
They pretend that their brand is them saving men from a horrible dating market.
I'm very anti-club. I think it's a huge waste of time.
Clavicular, Myron, the Tates, Justin Waller, Harrison, every one of them is making money off of OnlyFans. Louis interviewed a couple of their viewers and they're down bad. They're in and out of homelessness.
This hand gesture.
Yeah.
I've seen Andrew Tate doing that in interviews. I never knew quite what it meant. Someone said it was to do with the Matrix.
Yeah. Yes, we're born to just accept what society gives to you. And what he promotes is saying that, no, you have to refuse it. You accomplish your own goals. I was actually feeling sorry for myself. I was like, I'm in a losing position and I'm crying every night. I have no food to eat, but I could do one or two things, either just keep maybe complaining about my position or start thinking solutions-based. Maybe start changing the perspective, how I see it. Maybe as men, we're meant to suffer. We're not meant to be happy.
This is the people they're taking money from. And the courses are complete garbage. All of these guys say that.
I ain't gonna lie, Broski is a little bit not there. Not gonna lie, Broski is not all the way mentally there. You know, like as men, we're not meant to be happy. Like, you think Andrew Tate believes that bullshit? This nigga does everything for his own personal gratification. The nigga has multiple baby mamas. He's a narcissist. He literally makes content about flying to Dubai to get hit by a drone because he wants the attention. He wants to be seen as somebody willing to get hit by a drone. Like, Andrew Tate lives for serving his own ego. So I find it funny when Andrew Tate's like, life is about suffering, and as a man, you must suffer. And it's like, you think this nigga Andrew Tate's goal is to suffer in perpetuity? Fuck no! But this nigga does not believe none of that shit. Andrew Tate might believe that to a slight extent, like as a man, you must suffer in life. But like, trust and believe, Andrew Tate is trying to get as far from suffering as humanly possible. He ain't trying to suffer, bro. It's cap. So, I don't know, bro. I think Broski there's a little bit off. And also, like, bro, you're in, why are you doing this? Why are you doing the Andrew Tate? Like, why are you doing another man's signature move? Why? Why are you doing this? Why? It's corny. It's so, and it's like, oh my God, dude. Like, go the fuck outside. Like, the touch grass advice, people get mad at that shit. Like, you know, a lot of niggas get rage baited by it, but there's a lot of truth to that shit. That shit is kind of true. I ain't gonna cap.
The Matrix is rich people at the top trying to keep you poor, and what they're selling will definitely keep you poor. In Harrison's case, it will lose you all of your money.
It's party time, get your drugs out. Do you want to make love to a sad old man?
These guys don't stop at selling a fake education, they also sell a fake love life. Myron will talk about how men need to dictate the relationship and keep women in their place.
I'm the dictator, you are the subordinate. And I dictate when I want to put dick in you, bitch. And then you dictate when the sandwiches come by my dictation. That's how this goes. And women love guys like this that tell them what it is. This isn't open to interpretation or how you feel or what you think. It doesn't matter what you fucking think.
Myron's trying to explain himself. You see, he doesn't actually hate women. He's actually trying to protect them.
Bro, you can tell that Fresh does not believe the shit that goes out. The shit that comes out of Myron's mouth, Fresh does not believe that shit. Bro, you look at Fresh, bro. Fresh is just there to get money and to fuck women and to buy material items. Fresh does not believe in any of the shit that Myron says. I swear to God. Like, I dictate when the, what do you say? I dictate when I put dick in you, which is assault. You dictate when the sandwiches come by my dictation. This is what women want, not what women's want. What women want. It's like, I think women appreciate when a man has a plan for his life and also their life, but I don't think they mean being forced into sexual acts or being forced to make a sandwich. Like, no. You know what I mean? Like, if somebody doesn't want to have, if you have to force someone to make you a sandwich, you're already losing. You're already down bad. If you have to force your significant other, I don't care what gender you are or what the dynamic of the relationship is. If you have to force acts of affection, such as preparing food or sex or whatever, cooked. You're not in a loving relationship. You're probably getting cheated on. It's over for you and you're cooked.
He knows best for them.
Do you consider yourself a misogynist?
No, because misogyny would be the hatred of women. I would argue I love women and I actually understand them. So since I understand them, I know what's best for them.
You think you know better than they do?
Yes, in many ways, yeah. And that's how women want it. They want a guy that can lead them and dominate them.
What this documentary does so well is it gives you a glimpse into these guys' personal lives, and they are not living what they're selling. Myron always brags about how the lifestyle he preaches works. His girlfriend packs some condoms when he goes on trips so he could bang other women.
No.
my girl, she knows what the f I do. She packed my condoms. Like, yeah. My girl don't talk back to me. Like this whole like situation, like argue. There's no arguments. This is how it is. She packs my condoms when I travel.
Sorry for her.
Yeah, and here's the thing. No. She lives a great life, and she's a beautiful girl. She's hotter than all the girls here. No offense.
Wow, this guy seems like he has it together. But when Louis starts interviewing Myron's girl, it becomes very...
It's the lack of social awareness for me. Like, let's just say it's true that your girl packs her condoms for you. Why would you tell people that? What's that sound? Fa! Like, what's that sound effect? Fa! Like, why would you tell someone? Why would you say that? Why would, like, let's just say that's true. Let's just say she happily packs her condoms at night. Like, okay, why would you say that? Which, like, I don't even believe that she's happily doing it. But, like, bro, if your girl is packing your condoms at night, bro, you're fried. You're so fried. Like, well, it'd be wrong to say she's cheating on you because, like, you're cheating on her. She's just matching your energy. But, like, bro, your girl is seeking love somewhere else. That's all I'm gonna say. She may be home when you come back, but, like, she mentally ain't home, bro. Like, I'm sorry. Like, not only are you making her engage in a humiliating act, which is packing your condoms, which signifies a lack of love in the relationship, because if she loved you, she would never, ever pack your condoms. And if you suggested it, she'd smack you in the face or she'd look at you with a real nasty look. Like, when a woman gives a shit about you, she's not about to just sit there and just like be like, oh yeah, totally, run around the world doing God knows what. Yeah, go ahead, I love you, babe. Bro, that's what somebody says when they don't give a fuck. That is what somebody says when they don't care about you. When someone doesn't care about you, of course I'll pack your condoms. Of course I'll pack your condoms. Of course, because I don't give a fuck about you. I don't care about you. I don't love you. The thought of someone else being with you is meh to me because I don't care. Like, this is what I mean when I say that, like, so much of red pill content is dependent upon men who do not know how, like, human interaction works. Because if they did, they realize, bro, if your girl is packing your condoms with a smile on her face, something ain't right. Something ain't right with you for even organizing a relationship dynamic like that in the first place. But my boy, your girl, that ain't your girl, my dog. That ain't your girl, my boy. That is not your girl. That is someone else's girl. Believe you me. Like, when she's with that other guy, they're having the time of their lives and it's not even sexual. And he does not have the money you have, the status you have, the power you have, and yet somehow the relationship that they have is better. That's just the reality of how this shit works. Like, when you are in a relationship with somebody and you're humiliating them and they don't care about who you're having sex with, dog, I guarantee you there's someone else in the picture who is paying less than you, spending less than you, doing less than you, and the relationship is happier. Because at the end of the day, money and followers and clout cannot buy love. I don't know what else there is to say there, dog. Like, you know, it's crazy that, like, men hear this shit and think this is the dream life. Nigga, no, it ain't. No, it is not. And he doesn't understand how crazy he looks to people when he says this stuff. Why are you telling people your girl packs the condoms, bro? Like, even if that were true, why would you say that? Why wouldn't you keep that shit classified? You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, that's classified information. You have to have a security clearance to find some shit like that out. Like, this niggas be saying shit like, these red pill niggas are fucking crazy.
Very clear he's not living this lifestyle. He doesn't have multiple girlfriends. Angie's not into the idea of him having multiple wives.
You have like a rotation of other women?
I wouldn't say a rotation like right now. I do want to get multiple wives, but right now I'm just like focusing on like building things up for this year especially.
Multiple wives, really?
Oh, hey, there's Angie right there.
Should we meet Angie?
Yeah, she's,
Angie, can we say hi?
We'll keep it short, though.
He's so nervous, she immediately says her friends don't like him.
I say to my friends and, like, to people that always question our relationship that marrying somebody in front of the cameras, but behind them is somebody else with me.
I don't want to mix things up between you, right? But
yeah.
But we were talking about in the future that maybe there's a world where you would have more than one wife, right?
She understands that. She knows that could potentially come down in the future.
What do you say about that?
I don't know.
She's clearly not on board with it.
I mean, he has said that in the past. I think I'll see when it happens. Like, I don't know how that will work. The thing is that I think...
But right now, it's not going to be anytime soon because I'm just so focused on working.
Myron, you're almost 40. This is what you look like. This isn't an edited video. You're getting old. You're going to have to cross that bridge at some point. Louis points this out.
You can kick it down the road only for so long. You know, she's put 2 years into a relationship. If that's your long-term plan, at some point, those two realities will collide.
You know, that's a bridge we'll cross when we get there. Like right now.
What does that mean? That's so avoidant.
It's something you never know, man. You can always change your mind down the road. Who knows? Maybe I'll say, you know, I only just want to be with one girl because the two would be too tough. You know.
This multiple wives shit, like, it is so, I don't want to say autistic because that's disrespectful to people who are autistic, but like, it is so socially brain dead. One person that you love and that loves you is already enough, like, difficulty in life to begin with. The moment you start adding in people, just stacking up people in your life, multiple baby mamas, multiple wives, you're dealing with different personality types, different family backgrounds. One baby mama, her family might be set financially, the family might be stable, no drug use, no crazy stuff going on behind the scenes, good family. The other family might be fucking poor, but they might be good people. The other family might be poor and they might be fucking crazy. The other family might be well-to-do, but they got weird shit going on. Like, you are gambling with so many different people. Some baby mamas might have health issues. Like, you are playing with life. And Myron sells this stuff like it's a fucking joke. I'm gonna have multiple wives. What the fuck are you talking about? Like, no one ever talks about the fact that, bro, when you have enough wives and kids, you don't know these people anymore. You're related to them. You have a family with them, but you don't know them. There's no real relationship there, and there's gonna be resentment. One baby mama might say, you know what? I don't know why the fuck I had a kid with you. Fuck you. I'm about to go raise this kid by myself. Pay me child support. I'm out. I'm taking care of it. I'm not raising my kid around this shit. You gonna have another baby mama who's like just crazy. Like, it's just, bro, like, people hype up this shit, not explaining to their viewers like the multiple baby mama shit is not how red pillars make it sound. The multiple wives stuff is not how red pillars make it sound. And why ruin one good relationship just to add another person into the mix that might not be a good match for you? Like, it's just selfish, it's sociopathic, it's narcissistic, and it doesn't take into account the lives that are affected. It's just so fucking dumb. It's just dumb. Like, this isn't even me trying to, like, virtue signal. It strategically just makes no sense in life. It just logistically, logically, strategically, financially, psychologically does not make any fucking sense. At all.
Backtracked on that already?
Yeah, you backtracked on your worldview that quickly. Also, he's not backtracking because Angie doesn't like the idea. He's backtracking because he's saying he might not have time for 2 wives. Myron is in such denial that Angie isn't into the idea.
He's
Frank, go her. Sorry. Also, I need if you could clean up the room too. I need some help, yeah, with that.
Was that okay? By the way, I always feel weird, like...
No, it's
you
cool.
know, it's awkward, though.
No.
How did you feel? It felt a little awkward.
No, not at all. She's with me on
the street. She's as on board as you are.
On board with what, specifically?
You know what. Like, just the idea of other ladies.
No, we've had these discussions.
I saw a little bit of pain in her.
No.
No, definitely.
No.
Yes.
No.
Definitely.
No.
Yeah, you don't think
fine.
if I said to her, like, you would have Myron all to yourself, would you rather have that? You don't think she would say, yeah, 100%, of course.
She would say whatever makes him happy.
Myron was so upset with how this interview went, he made sure Angie was gone whenever Louis came back for future interviews.
Since there was a little feeling of like maybe Angie shouldn't be in the documentary, I would just wonder what was behind that.
I decided to get into the limelight, and I don't want her to have to deal with that.
She's on the show, isn't she? I've seen her.
No.
Myron is lying. He talked about her all the time and uses her as the example of the perfect red pill girlfriend.
He does have a girlfriend.
Yes, I do. And the thing is that, right, we don't argue. I do what the f I want to do. She's loyal to me. It's monogamous on her end, open on my end. You know where she's at right now? She's hanging out with my parents.
They bonded by having her make KKK outfits for him.
Welcome to Clan Reacts. Is it straight? No, I can't see. Damn it.
I got a full outfit now.
Did I tell you that? I got the full outfit.
You did
Angie
not
made
tell
me
me
the
that.
full outfit.
This is, this is Myron the old studio.
Having that as your wallpaper is crazy. He says he doesn't go outside and do things anymore. All he does is stream, yelling about feminism and Jews.
A lot of you guys have basically rely on me for your news now. So I take that very seriously, guys, and I've kind of given up my social life to do it. That means I'm in the house all day. I've given up my social life to do so. I've been sitting inside. The only time I go outside, you guys want to know the truth? The painful truth? I only really go outside when I do the fucking debates, man. If I'm gonna be honest with y'all niggas, bro. Like, yo, I literally only go outside to do the debates. I barely leave my building.
She's on stream and she's...
This is the problem, bro, is the lack of social interaction with other human beings. This is where niggas start, like, he really believes that Angie isn't bothered by him talking about multiple wives. Like, he really thinks in his mind she doesn't care. She's not bothered by it. Like, he can't register the body language. He doesn't see the uncomfortable smile, the bringing herself closer in to, like, comfort herself because she's uncomfortable and, like, making herself smaller. Like, he doesn't see any of those little cues that, like, your girl ain't vibing with the polygamy, my nigga. Like, he's not seeing it. And he says, like, I don't go outside. I only go outside to debate. And it's like, bro, this is the problem. Like, the hustle culture shit is so fucking bad. Like, when people say stuff like, oh, don't go outside, don't hang out with your friends, don't go to the bar, don't go to the club, don't do this, don't do that. Bro, if you grind 5 to 6 days out of the week and you go out with your boys one time, bro, that one time means everything. Like, do not listen to people who sell you this bullshit narrative of don't hang out with your friends, don't do this, don't do that, grind. Bro, you're not going to get younger, bro. You're just going to get older. I promise you, you are just going to get older. The time is just going to go by. Take this from somebody who had to grind to get the audience that I have today. Trust me, the time is just going to go by and you're not going to get it back. Do not delude yourself into thinking that, oh, I'm going to fucking, grind my full, like, all my 20s, I'm going to grind. And then, like, people who say, like, oh, for men, your prime is, like, in your late 30s, so it doesn't really matter if you have a social life in your 20s. Bullshit. You will be mentally 20-something because the last time you interacted with people, you were fucking 20 or 18 or 19. You'll be 30-something with the mind of a 20-something-year-old, and you're going to be trying to connect with people who are younger than you, and you're going to be weird. You're going to be the 30-year-old hanging around a bunch of fucking Zoomers at a party. I've seen it, okay? I'm 25. I've, seen the fucking older guy who, like, is 100% out of place hanging around a bunch of fucking Zoomers, like, yeah, like, fellow children or fellow young adults. Like, it's like, nigga, like, you don't want that to be you. You want to be 30-something years old with friends who are in their 30s. Like, you want to be around people who are at your pace, your stage, your growth in life. You want to be around people who you can relate to. Man, like, relationships are important, dog. And that's where women have men beat. Women cultivate non-romantic relationships. They build and maintain friendships over years upon years upon years upon years. And men glorify being lone wolves. And it's like, being a lone wolf is not sexy, my nigga. Like, this is not an anime. You're not Sasuke Uchiha. You are a normal person. Like, you are a normal person. You're not some fucking, like, handsome fucking rogue ninja. You're a fucking normal guy living a normal life. Cherish the time you've got and the people around you while you have it. Don't glorify being a fucking weirdo. And that's the shit with, like, bro, like, you can be successful at political commentary. I believe you can, without giving up your social life. If you take one day out of the week to hang out with your friends, you are winning. One day is a-okay. The hustle culture shit of never hang out, don't go to the club. Bro, either you're good at what you do or you're not. That's all I'm gonna say. Either you're good at what you do or you're not. No amount of fucking trying to avoid social interactions will ever save you. And this is part of the reason why I think Myron and Angie didn't work out, is that Myron did not want to socialize. He didn't want to go out. He didn't want to do shit. And I understand that when you're a political commentator and you got shit going on, you can be paranoid or scared or nervous about going out, especially in Miami. But I don't know. It gets to a point where it's like, bro, you got to cherish life while you have it. No amount of fame and money and clout in the world will make up for the most important shit, which is relationships. Because who are you going to share all of those things with, bro? So I just, you know, I wouldn't be surprised if they broke up in part because he wouldn't go the fuck outside. That's why she rolling around skating with that fucking like fucking massive ass Hispanic nigga, bro. Cause like we outside, like they outside, like they're outside doing shit, bro. You know, human interaction and connections are the most valuable thing. Like I don't give a fuck how much money you accumulate or whatever the fuck you got going on, bro. Like it just doesn't matter when you have nobody to share it with. At least I think that.
Talking about how they don't have sex.
Yeah, I just got here from work. And we never have sexual relationships, guys. Like,
Them boys commented, about damn time. How many blue chews did you take? We all know you were smashing Angie. You know what, bro? I wish, but no.
Mara, since you said you're transparent, are you circumcised or uncircumcised? Angie exposes.
guys, I'm celibate. I don't know what you're talking about. You guys are laughing, but it's true. It's true. That's why Myron is laughing.
Free of Logic dug a lot of this up. Go watch her if you want to see more dirt.
She told me they don't have sex. Walter and Angie both told you that Myron and Angie don't have sex.
Right. Myron, what happened? I thought you were the dictator.
And I dictate when I want to put dick in you, bitch.
Meanwhile, he's literally in a sexless relationship, probably because he won't leave the house to go on dates and won't promise her a secure future. What predictably happens is she cheats on him with another man while putting the bill on his card.
She spends money with Myron's credit card.
The way you do this is you give her a credit card. Angie, she has a credit card. I gave her like 2 credit cards, 2 to 3. You guys know me, I don't work, bro. I'll give up my social life. I don't go. You know? Angie's very understanding. She takes Frank whenever I need him. She helps me with groceries and shit. So Angie's very understanding. I haven't seen her in a bit. I'm not gonna lie to you guys.
It's because she's cheating on you, bro. She met a new guy named Rollerblade Rico. She leaves him. Myron sits there all sad as he gets roasted by fans because his advice was supposed to stop this from happening.
Position is this, Myron. I think you don't have real game. And yeah, let's be real. She wasn't locked in with you. You had a girl, but you didn't have her soul. So Rico, he didn't really steal Angie. He collected her. That's a big difference, bro.
Dude, he's just taking it.
Yeah, man. They call him Rollerblade Rico. He's a shadow that just rolls out of nowhere, man. Smooth wheels, smoother game. You don't even hear him coming. One minute you're holding her hand, next minute, pew, gone. Gone like the wind. What are you lacking, Myron, that you can't hold her desire? Why didn't you have her soul locked in? I mean, she was your girlfriend, right? You claimed to have her as a girlfriend. So where did you lack as a man? Rollerblade Rico just swooped it up. Like, come on. I know silence is very loud right now because...
Yo, I'm never like the type of nigga to jump on the fucking like hate bandwagon and be like there's certain situations where I won't mock. Like losing your girl is some crazy shit. Like I'm not gonna say I would never wish that on somebody because like I wish bad things on my enemies, but like damn, bro, like that's a tough one, bro. Like you can't, bro, that's tough. But like the caller is right. Like he's really violating Myron, but he's right in the sense of like, bro, like what did he say? He said Rollerblade Rico, he didn't steal her from you, he collected her. Basically what he's saying is like, y'all weren't even really locked in like that. Y'all were so not even locked in that like bro just came along and just scooped her up. It wasn't even an effort. It wasn't even like he had to like pull her away. That nigga literally just grabbed her and just scooped her up. Which like it's tough. That's tough, but like it's true. In the sense of like Myron did not nurture and build the relationship. And the question the caller asked is like, where were you lacking as a man to where you lost your girl? And I think Myron's failure, because he's got the money, he's got the money, he's got the clout, but I think his mistake is getting with a girl that didn't like him. I don't know why she was willing to make him clan rally outfits but not have sex with him. That's kind of weird. Like you would think that if a girl likes you enough to like make you clothes, she'd want to have sex with you, but I guess not. That's her business. It's her body. She could do whatever she wants with it. But you got with a girl who doesn't like you enough to smash you, and you know, you don't go out with her, you don't cultivate or build a relationship. Like I don't know, bro. Like I just feel like so much of the red pill is bullshit. And a lot of these guys are mentally young. They're mental children. They haven't grown. Like, you have your girl making you Ku Klux Klan outfits. Like, there's no way a woman doesn't do that shit and think like, I'm dating a child. I'm dating a fucking kid. I'm dating a mental kid. You know? I don't know. It's crazy. The caller is the caller in this is crazy. What does this nigga say?
That's a big difference, bro.
Dude, he's just taking it.
Yeah, man. They call him Rollerblade Rico. He's a shadow that just rolls out of nowhere, man. Smooth wheels, smoother game. You don't even hear him coming. One minute you're holding her hand, next minute, pew, gone. Gone like the wind. What are you lacking, Myron, that you can't hold her desire? Why didn't you have her soul locked in? I mean, she was your girlfriend, right? You claim to have her as a girlfriend. So where did you lack as a man? Rollerblade Rico just swooped it up. Like, come on. I know silence is very loud right now because you have nothing.
Then Myron starts crashing out because people are clowning on him.
This has been 4 years in the making. You guys are getting cooked. Make another video. Make another video. Talk about roller skate rhino, whatever y'all want to talk about. Come on, let's go. Let's go. I'm here for it. I'm Mirror Force. You fucking make a video on us, I'm coming back 10 times harder. I'm gonna cook y'all, bro.
He didn't even do anything. He just took it like a cut. During this time period, Myron was going on his podcast saying you should leave your girl immediately if she's not putting out.
For us, if we don't get sex, it's like the only thing we want from you guys.
Wait, is that like all y'all want though? Like,
yes.
If all you want from a relationship is sex, why were you not having any? Your girl left you for a poor, lower status man. In my opinion, Myron's advice will always lead to this outcome, but it could just be because he's a deeply closeted homosexual. There's photos of him kissing other men, cuddling in the same bed. He's at parties yelling at other women to get off the dance floor.
Hey yo, we got a banger coming on, the best song ever. You wanna play it right now? You want everybody to the dance floor.
He's saying how you shouldn't live with your girl, you should only live with men.
And that's why I tell guys don't live with women. Like, women make you weaker. Don't live with women, guys. I'm telling you.
There were no women at that party in the first place. I remember Abba and Preach making a video about that event. There were no women there to begin with. So like if you look at the video, there are no women on the dance floor. And like, imagine being on the dance floor and telling all the girls, don't dance. I don't know. Like, and you're at a party in Miami, you have a hoodie on, you don't have like those little Cuban little button downs, little Cuban button down shirts that them niggas be wearing, like looking like Dwayne The Rock Johnson in 2001, like fly ass little outfit that the hoes gonna love. Like, you know, like bro's there with a hoodie on, bro's there with a fresh fit hoodie on. Take that shit off, bro. Like, you're scaring the hoes, nigga. It's crazy. Like, niggas a dead ass go to an event and do everything in their power to scare the hoes. Put on a fresh and fit hoodie. Tell the women don't come to the dance floor. It's like y'all niggas are trying to accumulate penis. Like, y'all are just trying to acquire dick. Like, I don't know. It gets to a point where it's like, you gotta ask the question, like, are these niggas gay? You know, like, telling women don't come to the dance floor is so crazy. Like, it's so crazy. Instead of like trying to find a cute girl on the dance floor and like, yo, I don't know how to dance. Like, show me how to dance. Something. Try something. Instead, you come to the dance floor with the idea in your mind to remove women from the dance floor. That is crazy to me.
On y'all, man. All you're doing is speed running the inevitable car crash that's gonna come when you live with a chick.
I can't put it into words, but it's more like you become like lazy in a way. Which I think is why you should live with your brothers or live with someone that's like a man, because it's that competitive spirit back and forth.
These guys are deep.
Bro, either you're a dog or you're not. Either you're hungry or you're not. Either you want this shit more than ever or you're not. Every time I've dated a girl, I've immediately gotten my shit together. Never lived with a girl before, but every single time I've been talking to a woman or dated a woman, I've gotten my shit together. Every time I started watching my meals, counting my calories, eating in that deficit, working out, every time, like, bro, either you're like, bro, if you're the type of nigga to get in a relationship and give up, that's just you. That's who you are as a person. You can change that. But like, me personally, every time I've talked to a woman, I've immediately gotten my shit together. Or at least tried. I have at least tried, but I've never once been around my girl and been like, bro, what if I got fat, bro? Like, like, what if I got fat, bro? Like, what if I really got that Rick Ross gut? You know what I'm saying? Like, what if I really got down, like, bro? Like, what if I really just like? I've never in my life ever been like intimate with a woman and been like, yo, like, what if I got fat right now? Like, fuck. Number one. Number two, I do not want to live with no fucking male. I'm sorry, bro. No offense to the people who like living with men. Women and gay men out there, no offense to y'all, but like, I'm not living with no fucking grown ass man. Like, if it ain't my son, I don't want to be around that nigga, bro. Like, if it ain't my son, I don't got a son, but if I had a son, that's the only fucking person that's male that I'm living around. I'm not living around no fucking grown ass man. Maybe it's because when I was in the army, I just saw too much. But like that, like, bro, like I'm good. I'm good on that. I'm good on that. Okay. I'm just good on that shit. This whole red pill thing of like live with your bros, not with the hoes. Bro, if y'all think it's like penis, y'all just need to come out and say that shit, bro. Not that there's anything wrong with it. It's just like it's crazy like how women have to catch strays, not even strays, but like brazenly outright be attacked. Gay people have to be attacked. So many marginalized and vulnerable groups have to get attacked in order for these niggas to just admit that they don't like women. Like, why can't y'all just get to the destination part, you know? It's just like all this extra shit is just unnecessary.
Deeply closeted.
Does the term matrix mean anything to you?
Call that pussy the Matrix, because I'm in this bitch and I can't get out.
Don't live with women, bro. Don't live with your girl ever.
What are you revealing here today?
I'm not revealing anything. I'm saying I'm deeply closeted.
Well, that means you're gay.
Byron's giving hypotheticals on how if he dresses up as a woman, girls won't like him anymore.
Women that are successful act like men. And men don't want to date themselves. If I wore heels, right, and put lipstick on once a week, you probably wouldn't date me, right?
Oh, what's that? You want to work a job and start your own business? Well, Myron's going to protest by putting on high heels and partaking in gay porn.
Wouldn't, because I'm acting like a girl, right?
I would want to see you like that.
Yeah, you wouldn't, but I'm saying if I did that once a week, you probably wouldn't take me seriously, correct?
How about this? Let's say me and you are dating, right, hypothetically, and you find out that I might have done some gay porn in the past to make some money. What would happen?
Well, that would mean you're gay.
Put it down with me.
What would happen?
Yeah.
I feel like...
You would break up with me. That's the truth. You would leave me if you found out.
Because you'd be gay.
Well, because I would assume that you were gay, and then I'm your secret to cover up your gay identity.
Well, my past matters, right?
But it's not necessarily like the fact that it's your past that matters. It's just the fact that you aren't being.
But it was unattractive.
I'm pretty sure that this is what happened to Angie. She found out that she was a cover-up. They're all giving advice on how you should keep your girl living in fear.
Andrew says all the time that respect equals love. And I believe that fear equals respect equals love.
Yes, respect. One of the mandatory ingredients for respect, you guys want to know what it is? Fear.
Of losing.
Fear. Whether it's physical violence or of loss. But the point is that woman needs to be scared.
Ah, yes, the foundation.
Remember what I said about the lack of social skills, bro? If you think Andrew Tate believes that he needs to like instill fear into his women for them to love him, he doesn't believe that shit. Andrew Tate just likes instilling fear into women, period. But like, this whole thing of like, you know, in order for a woman to love you, she must respect you and she must fear you in order to respect you. Bro, either she likes you or she doesn't, my boy. Like, if you have to put UFC combos on your girl for her to love you, maybe she doesn't love you. If you have to roundhouse kick your baby mama, if you have to Batista bomb your wife, if you have to engage in these terrorist attacks against your significant other for them to like you or love you, maybe, and this is just a suggestion, I'm just suggesting, maybe that ain't the girl for you, bro. And maybe you're not the guy for her because you're beating her up. It's just a possibility. I'm just saying. I'm not saying like, I'm not, you know, the relationship guru, but I'm just saying, like, if you got to do all of that to get a girl to stick around, bro, you might not be with the right one, and you might not be the right you definitely ain't the right one for her either. You know, after the 13th elbow, bro, like, you got to start asking yourself, like, does this chick actually like me? Like, if you're constantly beating up your girl, bro, Well, at what point do you realize you're one, a monster, and two, what you're trying isn't working? The reality is, bro, like the red pill tells men like there's no magical thing you can do to make a woman like you, and then they'll say in order for a woman to like you, she needs to be afraid of you, you know, and in order for her to be afraid of you, you have to like beat her. It's like, bro, either she likes you or she doesn't. There is no Batista bomb. There is no roundhouse kick. There is no spinning back elbow. There is no move you can execute to get her to like you. I swear to God. Swear to God. Swear to God. There is no secret trick. There's no funny joke. There's no gift. There's no one-line pickup line. There is no fucking tactical maneuver. There is no drone you can send to her house. There is no, you know, roundhouse kick, no spinning back kick, no drop kick, no front kick, no Batista bomb, no rock bottom, no people's elbow. There is not a single thing you can use, bro. She either likes you or she doesn't. It's all there is to it, bro. She either likes you or she doesn't. So all this stuff about like your girl needs to fear you in order for her to love you, this is the type of shit that niggas who are just socially like these guys have, they're just socially bankrupt. They do not know how to interact with people at all. At all. All they know how to do is run scams on people and fuck people over. The end. It's crazy that they're encouraging young men to beat up the women in their lives. And then these same niggas will tell young men, if the girl you're talking to is traumatized and she comes from a horrible background, her dad used to beat up her mom or whatever, don't date her. So you niggas will create broken people and then tell people not to date broken people? Y'all will tell a nigga not to date a woman from a broken home and then make broken homes. I can't with this shit, bro. Like, these people are just soulless demonic creatures. They're fucking crazy. They're deranged, bro. They're so fucking deranged. And the unfortunate reality is a lot of young men hear this shit and think there is a magic trick, a joke, a line, a statement, a thing you can say to make a woman like you, violence. So there's something I can say, something I can do. And the reality is, no, there is not. And that's good. It's a good thing. You know, you don't want to be spending your life trying to convince people to like you or trying to force people or viciously attack people into liking you. Either they do or they don't, you know? Come on now. Like, what the fuck are we talking about? And these niggas will tell you, don't date no girl with no dark past. If her family got issues, don't date her. And sometimes, unfortunately, people with bad family backgrounds, sometimes it ain't worth it. Male and female. But my God, to tell people not to date those types of folks and then create that type of shit, you're literally Luciferian. You're demonic.
Of a loving marriage, fear. This is Justin Waller. He desperately tries to come off as likable in this documentary. He pulls up in his Lamborghini doing his best Ty Lopez impression.
Nice. Very nice. Let me be very clear about it. That car is not success. I do want to say that. That car, fuck that car.
He just comes off as insecure. Like, nobody is criticizing your car, man. You can like your car.
I might be an asshole in some areas, or people might not agree with some views I have, but I'm not so foolish to believe that's success.
In my garage, just bought this new Lamborghini here. But you know what I like a lot more than materialistic things? Knowledge.
Louis even has to say, that's fine, man. Let's not make it a big deal then. Justin can't stop.
Well, maybe so let's not make too big a thing of it. No, but just on the record. I got it. I don't. That's all. Thank you.
Justin is...
You know, if Justin just walked up and was like, hey, man, Louis, what's up? How you doing, man? How you doing today? How was your day? Everything going okay? Great to talk to you. You know, whatever you want to ask, I'm happy to answer. He'd come across as so much more likable and so much more masculine and charismatic. Like, it's just, that's why, like, I just... The red pill shit is so funny to me because it's like, why are you talking about how your car isn't success? Obviously it is, bro. If you can own a Corvette, whatever the fuck that was, I don't care what that, a Lamborghini Corvette, I don't give a fuck. If you own a sports car or something that resembles a sports car, you're obviously successful. It is a symbol of success, or it's a symbol of you not being able to manage your money, whatever. That's fine. Like, I don't give a fuck. Dog, homes, cars, all of these things are success symbols. It's okay. Don't make a big deal out of it, and no one's gonna give a fuck. Everyone knows you sell money and power and wealth. Everyone knows that. Why overcomplicate that by being like, oh no, this isn't, you know, that car, fuck that car. Like, are you insecure about your success? Nigga, it's your car. Like, just be you, be normal. Just like greet Louis, say what's up, be nice. Like, what the fuck? Louis with the $5 super chat says Christian nationalists use the same fear equals respect equals love thing. It's pretty creepy there as well. Yeah, because like, again, you know, there is this kind of warped psychology that I know what love is. I know what love is. I know what's loving for you, right? This Christian mindset of like, oh, my child is queer, or my child is this, or my child is that. I know what love is. Love isn't loving you no matter what and accepting who you are for who you are no matter what and loving you all the same. Love is terrorizing you and trying to mold you into something different and trying to bother you. That's love. It's like, broski, no, it's not. You know, they don't give a fuck about the actual product of what they do. They care about the how it serves them on an individual level. But I feel like Justin Waller, like being like, that car, fuck that car. That's not success. It's like, what are you about to do? Tell us about how love and family and relationships are success? Because you're not about to say that. You're not about to say that at all. So what is success if it's not material items for y'all? It's just insane. All he had to do was be like, "Hey, what's up, Louis, man? How you doing? You doing good?" Blah 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 blah. It would have been amazing. Instead, he fucking fucks it up.
Part of Andrew Tate's crew, he shills the same courses.
You've made the right decision. The Real World is the #1 school in the world.
He's part of Andrew Tate's War Room, which teaches you how to pimp OnlyFans models, tells guys to make their girls get tattoos of their names on them so they remain loyal.
If me and my wife have a bunch of girlfriends, or let's say 3 or 4 girlfriends, then all of a sudden, somehow, I must not be happy. There's a few of them that are like die hard, tattooing my name on them.
Why would they do that?
Why would they do what?
Tattoo your name on them.
Probably because they saw it on my wife.
Go watch my Andrew Tate videos if you're interested in that story. Right now, I want to just focus on Justin. He makes it seem like he has a ton of kids and he's living the red pill dream.
How many kids have you got?
I've got some. Yeah.
How many is some? Are you talking about like 5 or 6?
You know how many you've got.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, I think so.
Dude, this guy has like 12 kids.
What's the number?
It's 2. I have 2. Yeah, I got 2 little girls.
Bruh. Louis asked Justin if he's married, and Justin views it as a setup. He's so paranoid.
Are you married?
No. I'm gonna get a lot of smoke for this. I always do. Everybody gets mad at me when they ask me about my relationship.
Are you saying you're not in a monogamous relationship?
One-sided monogamy, yeah.
One-sided monogamy means what?
It means like, see, here we go. Here we go. Setting me up. The mother of my children, the woman that I'm with, she doesn't talk to other men. So, stings, huh? You seem upset by it. You seem upset by it.
Why would anyone be upset?
People get so upset with me about this.
That's interesting that you thought that I was upset. I just thought it was a resonant moment.
I noticed that people get very angry with me about this subject.
Do I seem angry?
No, but you do seem to be digging.
While this is a documentary about your lifestyle, Louis meets the mother of Justin's kids, Kristen, and he asked if they're married, and she describes the relationship as if they're married, even though Justin just said that he wasn't.
Are you married?
No.
Are you married, by the way?
Yeah.
Not, I didn't bring the state into it.
Why did you not get married in the eyes of the state? You think the financial side?
She looks so sad about it.
The financial side?
Yeah.
That's
Bro, these niggas, like, they want to be in loving relationships while selling men absolute destruction. like, beat your girl, Batista bomb her through a table, roundhouse kick her in the face, assault her, violate her, and whole time, don't pay attention, but, like, I got this chick pregnant, and I really love her, but I don't want you to know that I love her, and I'm gonna duck and dodge reality, and I'm going to invite people to listen to me talk about, you know, polygamy and then get mad when asked about said polygamy. But don't pay attention to this chick who is totally convinced I love her more than anything. And then when the cameras come on, I have to play like I'm some kind of fucking tough guy. Like, bro, You can be a tough guy and love your girl, bro. Like what, bro? These niggas are like little kids. I don't like her. I don't like her. It's like when you're in high school and people are speculating about who you like. Bro, I don't like her, bro. I swear to God, bro, I don't like her, bro. Like she ugly, bro. Like these niggas are like little kids, bro. What the fuck? What is wrong with these niggas, bro? Like, bro. Nah, bro, bro, I don't like that girl, bro. I swear to God, bro. Like, fuck her, but she ugly as fuck, bro. Like, bro, the whole time, that's the love of his life. Whole time, he'd take a bullet for her. Whole time, he'd, like, slaughter a village of innocent people for her, but he swears to God he doesn't like her. Like, what is wrong with these niggas, bro? Grown-ass men, bro.
Seems more risky for you, maybe.
It does seem more risky for me, but I don't feel like I'm at risk.
But Lewis, let's say it ended right now. Let's say it ended tomorrow, me and you.
Oh.
This is heartbreaking.
Still look at it as successful. It's some of the best years of my life. I have beautiful children, beautiful memories.
Yeah, and you'd have all the money. Kristen stopped being an x-ray technician for Justin because he wanted the trad wife lifestyle. If they broke up, she would be financially cooked. I noticed Kristen was pregnant here, and last time I was talking about Justin Waller, he was saying how he had to hit his girlfriend soon after she gave birth.
They have to know it's a possibility. How they have to know if they f with you too tough that they're gonna get smacked.
Yeah. Oh, bro. Throwing the violence always needs to be there.
Yeah.
Always needs to be there.
Hey, Future said it. Bitch don't get too tough. That's the problem. Like, you gotta go, you full dictator. And dude, I had it happen to me with the mother of my kids yesterday. I tried to be sweet to her because she just had a baby. They started beefing me, and now it don't look good. You can absolutely love them. But sometimes they gotta know.
He's talking about Kristen. He's bragging about hitting her on Sneako's live stream. This is the saddest thing I've ever seen. The last thing he said about it was that it doesn't look good for her. Is he saying he might leave her? Because this is exactly what Louis was talking about. I'm convinced that all of these guys are this way because they can't.
These niggas, this nigga's admitting to beating up his postpartum wife because I guess she might have had postpartum depression, or maybe she just, had a moment of frustration, and because she got frustrated, he had a reminder that he's willing to beat her up. Oh, I can't with this shit. This is just unreal. Like, this is fucking crazy. Like, the shit that these niggas say, the shit that these niggas tell the youth, bro, unfucking real. And these niggas wonder why they get banned from platforms. I can't believe this shit, bro. What the fuck? Bro, you beat up your girl? Like, nigga, you beat up your girl, bro. Like, but these niggas, swear to God, they don't understand why they got deplatformed. Can't believe it, bro. What the fuck? They banned it. Like, bro, you know why you got banned, bro. You Batista bombed your pregnant girlfriend. Come on, bro. Allegedly.
Came from broken families.
Spend time with your girl. That's gay. Spend time with your boys the red pill way.
I don't believe there is such a thing as a deadbeat dad. What there is a woman who won't shut the f up. This guy's such a deadbeat. I had a kid with him and he never sees the kid. He doesn't want to see you. He wants to see the kid. He doesn't want to see you. And how selfish must you be as a woman to make your child grow up without a father because you won't shut the f up.
Andrew Tate's dad was a deadbeat. He stayed in Indiana playing chess and gambling while his mom moved back to the UK with the kids so she could get help raising them with her family.
He won a chess tournament, a low-level one. He made like $3,000 or something. And he said, listen, son, the rent's paid and I either want 100 grand or nothing. It's just who I am. So we went to the casino, lost all the money.
Smart guy. They lived paycheck to paycheck.
Was your father present with you?
No. He had things to do. He's a full-grown man.
I mean, we could talk about the haircut tweet, but I didn't understand, your history that you were raised by a single mother. Your father wasn't around.
Yeah.
So you see him once a year?
About that, yeah.
Now, I'm not saying this because I hate Andrew Tate's dad or that I think every absent father is a bad person. I'm saying this because all of these guys grew up with absent fathers, and I don't think that's a coincidence.
My dad beat the fuck out. I became very realistic of the world with one ass kicking.
Justin told Louis that his dad wasn't legally allowed to see the kids.
We were very close to being put in a foster home. I mean, there was a lot of violence. My mom, and she would just come in sometimes and just start punching him.
There was no question there was massive instability in the home. with Justin's dad prevented from seeing the children.
Harrison's dad was pursuing professional rugby and wasn't around.
Striking how many were raised without dads. HS, the anti-feminist, had told me how his mum Elaine had worked 6-day weeks late into the evening to put him through private school. His dad, an England international rugby player, was not in the picture.
In the climax of the documentary, Harrison is lecturing Louis about how he's his own man, and then he storms off.
I'm not a puppet, I'm not controlled. No one's my daddy. Savile's your daddy, the Jew's your daddy, you know it. I don't give a fuck. This is why I say what I...
These niggas are unbelievable, bro. Like, honest to God, bro, I just can't. Like, I just can't. So Andrew Tate's dad abandoned him, beat the fuck out of him, never was around, gambled all the money away, and you hear Andrew and Tristan Tate talk about their dad like he was the fucking greatest man to ever live. And then you hear the stories they tell, and I think there's this lack of self-awareness where they don't realize, like, bro, your dad fucking fucked you over, dog. Your dad borderline abandoned you. Like, what the fuck? You know, it's like, you hear the way they talk about women, and you hear the way they talk about their dad, and it's like, what the fuck are y'all even talking about? It's like they coped with their father's lack of care for them by idolizing him. It's weird. It's fucking weird. If somebody could abandon you, beat you, do all of this to your family, and you come out on the other end idolizing them and wanting to be like them, you're fighting demons, bro. You're fighting, and you wonder why, like, generational curses persist and shit like that, bro. Sometimes people just don't have enough in them to be like, you know what? XYZ parent was a fucking failure, and I really shouldn't be like them. Niggas can't accept it, bro. Niggas just can't be like, yo, I ain't gonna cap, my own man was actually a fucking bum. They can't do it. They can't accept it. Like, I'm sorry, bro. If your pops could fuck you over that bad, 3 kids, a single mom, gotta move back to England. Like, I heard the stories that Tate's told that they barely had any food to the point where if any of them even ate a snack, their mom like would beat them for like eating the fucking food. That's how little food they had. So it's like your dad can put you through all of that. 3 kids, and you admire that? And Andrew's like, there's no such thing as a deadbeat dad. Like, you don't even believe that. You know that's not true. I don't want to see you. I want to see the kid. I don't want to see you. It's like, bro, you're a father, bro. You got to go see the baby mama, bro. Like, the moment you start having all these kids with all these women, bro, you are asking for responsibility that you may not like, but nigga, you got to go through it, bro. And I think he's clearly talking about his own relationship here. He has a baby mama that he doesn't like, and he's beefing with, and he doesn't see the kid because he doesn't like the baby mama. And all I gotta say in response to this, bro, is this is what it is to have multiple baby mamas, bro. Niggas don't take this shit into account, bro. All of your baby mamas ain't gonna be likable people. I can't even say the baby mama is the problem because, like, it's fucking Andrew Tate, bro. Let's just in a hypothetical scenario where Andrew Tate isn't an amoral person but has multiple baby mamas for whatever reason. When you sign up for that, bro, you're signing up to have kids with people who you barely know, who you barely like, who you have nothing in common with, and you're signing up for the bullshit. But in Andrew Tate's mind, there's no such thing as a deadbeat dad. It's just unbelievable, bro. Like, it's just fucking crazy, bro. You know, it's just beyond my comprehension.
My daddy, Savile's your daddy, the Jew's your daddy, you know it. I don't give a fuck. This is why I say what I believe, and I don't need to edit anything, ever. Put what you want about me on the net, I don't give a toss.
If you go back and you watch Harrison's live stream here, his mom is having to tell him to eat a juice bar.
It's just what I like.
That juice bar that you get the thingies from, they'll have ginger.
I want a juice bar.
No, you don't have to have a juice, they'll have shots.
Mummy, I don't want a juice bar.
She's having to clean up after him.
Done.
Can you look at this. I'm not having them come in here. Look at this, get out of the way.
Before Louis comes over, she's telling Harrison not to embarrass her.
Don't embarrass me. All right, don't be rude. That's not the way I've brought you up.
Okay,
Do not
cool.
be rude.
All right, I won't
All right,
be.
because it's a reflection on me.
All right, I won't be.
You look at Sneeko.
Bro, it's crazy how these niggas, like, hate women so much, and yet they love their mommy, and there's so much deference to their mom, so much respect for their, well, not in Andrew Tate's case, but like, these niggas will love their moms so much and be convinced that every other woman is a devil. Like, do y'all ever take a moment to think that there's some other kid out there right now being raised by a loving single mother who loves them to death and is doing everything in their power to give their son a good life right now? You think your mom's the first single mom to work her ass off to put you through private school? You think your fucking mom is the fucking, they stopped making good moms after they made your mom. Yeah. You know, millennial moms, Zoomer moms could never. No. All OnlyFans accounts, all Birkin bags, all designer bags, all followers obsessed. Yeah, totally. These niggas are insane.
He's talking about how his family doesn't invite him over for Christmas anymore because he won't stop talking about anti-Semitic conspiracies.
The reason is like they just wouldn't be able to handle a conversation at the dinner table because, you know, woke people don't know how to have discourse. They're like, we don't want you to talk about this.
Wait, so like your mom?
My family, just like my whole family.
Really, your whole family?
Yeah. All vaccinated, all Biden voters, all Ukraine, you know. This is the first Christmas I didn't go home because of my association with Ye. Because Ye was talking about, they called him anti-Semitic, they lied about him.
Sneako's saying this, but there's literally footage of Kanye lecturing him using fake Hitler quotes, justifying what the Germans did during World War II.
So Hitler said, even in his death, he will start World War III. Mankind will learn that I was trying to save my nation from the Freemasons, the Illuminati, the Jews. For if Americans win the war, then they will conquer the world and forever be a slave to the Jews. And they would try to conquer God. That's accurate. That's exactly what happened.
Stop it. Can you red pill some of them?
I've tried to. My brother is more susceptible.
He was trying to JQ his brother, and now his own family won't invite him home for the holidays. Sneako's talking about how his only family is his stream chat, man.
I've been saying in my chat, that's why my Rumble stream is doing so well. Like, my chat's my family. Like, that's what I look forward to every single night. It's New Year's Eve, and I'm just excited to get on the stream, see all the same, like, usernames that I see. I talk to them all the time. That's the family right now. That's who I spend the most time with.
This is sad. So what is the red pill? The red pill markets itself as a way for young men to take back their masculinity and break out of the matrix. But in reality, it's guys with daddy issues feeding into a world of outrage, hijacking real struggles young men go through, and taking advantage of them by selling them terrible solutions that only line their pockets. Whether it's crappy YouTube tutorials disguised as college courses, or horrible relationship advice that will inevitably leave you lonely, investment advice that will leave you broke, and to help you cope with it all, they'll sell you porn. The Manosphere is the Matrix, just with a few more unhinged conspiracies. Yeah, just in place of a secret global cabal controlling everything at the top, you now have these retards. Good luck with that. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like.
Bro, I don't know what the fuck is wrong with these niggas, bro. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with these niggas, bro, at all. I don't know what is wrong with them. These red pill niggas are insane. You know what's funny is Sneako's like talking about his family disowned him and they're all Biden voters and Kamala voters, but like, Sneako just today was like, I miss Biden. This fucking sweater is so bulky. But yeah, like, Sneako today was just like, I miss Biden. He was literally just, was it yesterday or today? Yesterday he was like, when Biden was in office, all we had to worry about was Biden being sleepy. Damn, we had it good. I shit you not. Bro literally was on Twitter, was like, I miss Joe Biden. Bro, these niggas don't listen, bro. Niggas warned them about this shit multiple times. Niggas told them don't support Trump. Niggas warned them. They don't fucking listen, bro. They don't listen. They don't fucking listen. Try to tell these niggas, bro. Try to tell them.
At Louis_1984 bat sent $5. Christian nationalists use the same fear equals respect equals love thing. It's pretty creepy there too.
Facts, facts, facts. They definitely do. They definitely do utilize that shit. They have a very narcissistic mindset. Conservatism is a narcissistic pathology. It really is a narcissistic pathology. Let's see.
At Extargus sent $5. Honestly, they are probably all in on the grift. Rage sells, of girls sell, everyone gets paid. Except the normies watching. They get robbed.
That is true. Like, it really is one big scam. These red pillars, they make money. The women who they attack and say are going to hell and they despise make money. The only person who walks away worse off in the end is the vulnerable, lonely, average man. Like, that's why, like, if there's any young man watching this live who, you know, is still red pill, bro, women aren't in your way. Women aren't trying to stop you. Women aren't trying to sabotage you, bro. Conservatives want your attention and your money in order to make the world a worse place for everyone, and they're trying to use marginalized, defenseless communities as rage bait to get us to make them richer. It's just the fucking truth. Think about how all of these conservatives who promise to save the world from feminism and DEI and, you know, the the community, I don't want to say it. All of these people, you know, all of these demographics who are the reason why your life sucks. You know, and if you fucking watch my stream and you donate to me and you buy my merch and you big me up and you support me, I can save the West. What has happened since Trump has won? Life has gotten worse for everyone. Conservatives do not seek to make life easier for young men. They seek to strip the rights of minorities and women, and that supposedly is supposed to somehow or another be enough for men. Well, we got rid of women's ability to go to college. Don't you feel fulfilled now? It's like, well, I would hope that most young men would say no. Because I'm sorry, like, other people not having rights just doesn't seem all that fulfilling to me. If I have to fuck other people over to succeed, am I really succeeding?
At Mamba Claude sent $4.99. Did you hear about Trump not wanting to stand next to a black woman?
No, I have not heard about that, but that sounds like Trump. I mean, he's willing to stand next to anybody who can big up his fucking status and help him. So if he wasn't willing to stand next to a given black person, it's probably because he didn't give him enough money or glaze him enough. If you can, like, give Trump anything material or clout-based, he'll put the racism aside for like 15 or 20 minutes. He's established this many times, so I feel bad for whoever that black person was because they clearly didn't have enough money to pay Trump, and they didn't glaze him hard enough either. Should have thought about that before standing next to Donald. It's too bad, too sad. Too bad, too sad. Well, if there are no more super chats, I'll be wrapping up the stream here. I want to thank everybody who pulled up to the stream, showed love. You know, I appreciate everybody who pulled up. It's late as fuck right now, and I have 247 people on the stream. That's crazy. It's 2 a.m. So, you know, I appreciate y'all pulling up. I appreciate y'all showing love to the stream. And yeah, man. Thank you guys for showing up and hearing me yap about pop culture and Trump again. And yeah, man. I appreciate you guys. Thanks for showing love. Thanks for liking the stream. You guys liked the fuck out of the stream. I appreciate that so much bigly. And yeah, everybody have a safe, good night, and bless up.